Some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys, that really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools, power tools.
Hey, good morning, welcome.
Power tools.
Saturday's Home and Garden program brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIX-INDY. I got some news about Michaelis.
Oh, what is it?
They're going to be changing up that slogan.
Oh.
This is going to be multiple ones. It's going to be very
Again?
confusing, yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
I like change. Change is good.
Who's behind you over there?
This is Ethan, everybody.
Hi, Ethan.
He was with the first day, I think, a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
Training with Kylan.
Ethan, do you remember me? Yeah. Did you? We had fun, didn't we?
Oh, so much fun.
I know, because it's the most fun you'll ever have for 2 hours on a Sunday.
So much that he wanted us to do this show. So
Yeah.
Landon is going to be leaving us soon because he's going to, spoiler alert, everyone.
Who's leaving?
Tony Katz today. Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
So Ethan
He's going.
is sitting in training and,
30 years.
Be nice to him.
30 years we've been training,
right.
board guys that end up going on to bigger and better things.
Is it 30?
For me, yeah, 30.
I mean, really like 30 on the dot?
Not on the
I
dot.
think it's 28.
Oh,
No.
Then it's not 30.
Started in 94.
27. Oh, wow.
All right,
When did
let's
you
see.
start?
Allison, I'm going to go ahead and do
So
it.
almost
see if
30.
you remember.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
We should have a
no.
celebration. I
But
mean,
we
that's
did-
30
No,
years is
no.
a big... for
No.
the show, not you.
We had for his 25 years we had a
Yeah,
big
you had a
blow
big
up.
thing.
And honestly, I
And
can't
we have
do
a
it
big
again.
thing planned for Denny's 20th.
No, we have something today that's very special. If I said the word 1,000 to you, what would that mean to you right now?
1,000.
Could be so many things.
Could be.
I mean,
It has something to do with radio, though.
is it your 1,000th show?
It is our 1,000th weekend together.
Who counted that?
I did.
How come?
Because I was
Because he's so
interested in
mi-
how long I had to
He's
put
so
up with Patty
miserable.
Salt.
Tired.
Oh, boy. This is
Today,
going
are you
well.
sure that, are you exact? I mean, are you?
It's pretty close. It's either this Saturday and Sunday or next Saturday.
1,000.
1,000 shows with you.
Wow.
When
I mean,
did it
I should
start?
get
What
I
was
should
the
get the 2023 was the show, but we've missed some shows, and that was the hard part to calculate. But
You'll probably
Ooh, I
get
bet
like
that
some sort of
was.
Medal of Honor or
oh
something.
no, I don't know. Nobel Peace Prize for putting
Yeah.
up with you. But yeah, there you go. How about that?
Well,
if
I'm
me,
sorry we
you know,
don't
you too, Patty.
have a cake or anything. I mean, we just didn't know.
1,000 weekends, but we used to do Sundays too because we would come in on Sunday morning.
Yep.
It was 8 o'clock. I think it was
8 to
10.
8 to 10.
8 to 10.
3 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday.
And so then they just took it to 4 hours on Saturday.
Yeah. And I don't know why we did not get Easter off.
Yeah, I think that was
that was a real problem with my wife. She doesn't get mad at me very often, but
That is crazy, though. Easter, I mean, you'd
Yeah.
think there'd be like some kind of service or something going on.
yeah.
Like, no, on the radio, I mean.
Oh,
On the
okay.
radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think the churches would recognize
right.
that. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
We work every Easter.
So Allison is behind the board today, and she normally is not. Yeah, because she's normally like producing some things for us to do. So now she's going to be doing both
Yes.
Just for today.
So just
just for today.
Sorry in
and
advance,
then
everyone.
Ethan is initially I thought was one of Allison's stalkers because he's sitting in a chair like directly behind her, and it turns out he's actually training.
right.
I didn't even know he was there for the first hour.
He's one of the good ones, Pat. He's a keeper.
One of the good ones.
He'll hop on
he's
the
a
board
keeper.
in a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
I think he'll be ready.
So we had 9/11 once again.
Happy anniversary. That
Thank
was your
you.
anniversary, wasn't it?
It is my anniversary, our anniversary, and it's like I was coming home from Pilates, and they were replaying all the audio, and it's just like
I know it.
like it's just the tears come. It's just like you listen to that audio. It's just like
I know it.
I don't think I will ever just get used to it every time.
I went home.
never do too. And
I went home
spoke
that
to
night and sat on the couch and just cried, watching the thing. They had all the film of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was a speaker at an event for a group called the Comforters, and it was at a fire station, Mount Comfort.
Okay.
And next to the Mount Comfort Airport, and I thought, I'm not going to talk. I can't talk about me on this day. So I just started out talking about what we.
So that was this week, you mean?
This week.
Yeah.
And you know what? I cried for probably 3 minutes through the whole thing, just retelling the story again about everything.
Yeah.
And, because you're right, it was like yesterday.
Yeah,
It
really
sure
was.
felt that way.
Yeah, when you hear that, it just all comes back.
I know it. Oh my gosh. And so many, here's the thing, the Task Force 1 and so many other, Greg Hess, I think about Greg Hess often. He was with Task Force 1, a firefighter, you remember, and we had contact with him through the whole thing as they left for New York City, and then when they came back, and then when Greg went back out and he picked up the beams that we could make for our memorial. Anyway, I was thinking about him, and he's just been so sick. And there are about 10,000 people that are still, what they have is 9/11 disease, they call it. Yeah. From breathing in the toxic air for months and months and months.
Ingesting, yeah.
All of that, yeah.
The Saturday after the attack, we happened to be at the Washington Township, when Washington Township had their own.
Remember?
Yeah, when they had their own fire department, they had like a safety day. They brought all the fire trucks out and stuff for the kids to do. And Pidge was the
MC, was he
MCing.
an MC?
He was MCing. We were doing our show, and then Pidge was the MC, and he had kind of, he had the voice that morning.
He did.
But
it was, and I think we saw on our way up there an eagle.
Well, that was it. And I'm not lying. I'm not
the truth.
Exaggerating. I'm not creating a story. When they played the national anthem, and this was I was in a big parking lot, like at 82nd or 80th and Keystone, an eagle circled right over the top.
It was, and we just don't, now you see eagles more frequently here in this area. But at that time, that was the first time I'd ever really seen an eagle in Indiana flying near Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And it was just.
It was incredible.
Like,
Were you there? Did you go to that?
Yeah. Pidge and I went together.
Oh,
We
you
drove
must have
up
been
there
on
together.
time. Okay.
We were on time. No, we were not on time, I'm sure.
Pidge was not. That's for sure. But then I also remember that the other thing you remember is like everyone got along.
Everybody
we were like
got
one
along,
country.
Totally united, it felt like. I always wanted to know what crime was like that day. I always wanted to look, but I keep forgetting. I was also looking at what happened the day before. I was looking at headlines last week about, reading what was going on in the world. And we were talking about Michael Jordan had just announced his second comeback.
Really?
And that was the story that they were talking about that morning on the radio. And and he was going to be playing in Indianapolis very soon. Like that was going to be, I think, maybe the first one when they came back to play the regular season. Anyway, that was the story. And then it was just everyday stuff,
I know.
It wasn't anything big, nothing.
Just a regular day.
Right. And the day before, and then in the blink of an eye, just like that. Like
we were in St. Joe's, Michigan, celebrating our 20th anniversary.
Oh, is that where you? You know what? I don't think I ever asked you where you were.
Yeah, and so we were in Michigan, and then we actually watched it. I was watching the coverage of the. They didn't really know what it was, but a plane had hit.
That was a little
and
plane.
I was one that saw it live on TV. The second
plane
going in, and it's like, and all of a sudden the anchors are like, what happened? What just happened?
Yeah.
So
Mom and Dad were in Nova Scotia, and all of the planes that were diverted from America ended up landing at Nova Scotia. And all the Nova Scotians brought all those people into their family or brought into their homes. It was a tremendous thing. And then when they opened the border, Dad kept, I don't remember how I was staying in touch with Dad, but Dad said, let me know as soon as the border opens. And I got the message to him, and they made a mad dash, and they were like within an hour of when the borders closed again. So we got them back to the United States. But Nova Scotia was a great friend that day.
It was a great friend, and they made a musical out of it.
Did they really?
And they came here.
A musical out of
that story, truly.
Okay.
And it was traveling around, and it came here to Indianapolis. I met the mayor of Nova Scotia.
Really?
And he was traveling with the show, and It was the most amazing story to hear him tell it.
It's
and
the
it really
second
was
time
just about community and people just taking people in their homes.
It was the second time Nova Scotia came when the Titanic went down. Nova Scotia was right there bringing them all in, as they were bringing the survivors in. But
Come far away.
Yep.
Come from away.
And it really was
Wow.
a pretty good, it was a good show. It was the story. It was the telling of the story.
Yeah.
And when I've interviewed air traffic controllers here about that day and what they had to do, you sometimes forget how heroic and the air traffic controllers were getting everybody landed.
Every plane
and
landed.
Some of them have said when they were looking down at the tower after they had gotten everybody down and all the planes were jam-packed in like sardines in a can. He said
It's
you saw
crazy.
no ground because every plane was just jam-packed
Because you think
in.
about that in this world, in our country, there's always planes in the air. Well,
Okay,
now they
here's-
all have to be down.
here's some
Yeah.
trivia. How many Americans are in the air every hour of every day?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I couldn't even.
You
I couldn't
pick
even
any
guess.
hour, there's 65,000.
Around the world?
No, just over America. 65,000 Americans are in the air at all times.
Oh,
At
it's
least
less than I
100.
thought.
At least 100,000?
At least 100.
Oh, at least 100.
Yeah. You're just counting your plane.
Yeah. I'm doing
Okay.
the Price is Right rules.
Okay.
Well, all right.
You're
So,
used to that, aren't you?
I don't know how we got on that, but
You started it.
you're right. I did. All right. Here's what we're going to do.
Are we going to switch gears?
We don't switch gears anymore because almost
Nobody knows what that
no one
means.
knows what that means.
Well,
So let's think
okay.
of some other things that.
Oh, I can think of something. Okay. All right. How about this? All right. There's a Pawpaw Festival going on tomorrow.
Really?
And not really a festival, but it's where you'll find pawpaws in Hamilton County on the side of the road.
Hamilton counties don't have. They have pawpaws in Hamilton.
Allison, have you ever had a pawpaw?
I was trying to think. I don't think so. I just think immediately of the Jungle Book song.
It's called the Indiana banana.
Because it tastes like
They're
a little
naughty
bucket banana.
bananas.
When we come
I call
back,
them the
can
naughty
we
bananas.
talk about it?
Yeah.
That's her gentle way of saying break.
Yep.
When I come back, I'll tell you about that margarita I had last night.
It was
Literally smoking.
Yeah, it's like my uvula is swollen right now. It's
Can you
not
say
a good
that?
thing.
Hit the dump button. You can't say uvula.
Yes, you can. It's like yeah.
You know what? You got a uvula. I got a uvula. All of God's children got a uvula.
Coming right back. 93 WIBC.
There are so few family-owned and operated businesses that survive past the second or third generations. And the one that do, they have a formula for both family and customer service that is just legendary. For over 100 years, the family at E.F. Marburger has been supplying flooring needs to homes and businesses across Indiana and beyond. And it's legendary. Kelly and Kim are the fourth generation at E.F. Marburger, and they have continued to build a powerhouse competitor in the flooring industry. They are as, if not more competitive than the big box stores, and in head-to-head quotes, they almost always beat them. And for those lucky customers, the service, the quality, and price all come together. And it's built into the culture that they always strive to complete customer satisfaction to the nth degree. Listen, here's the best part. There's this huge showroom in Fishers displaying carpet, hardwood, vinyl, tile, cabinets, countertops. And I encourage you to stop by Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, even Saturday, 10 to 4. There are designers in the showroom daily, and they always provide free estimates and design consultation. And you can sign up for online for a free quote, residential and commercial, and they absolutely do installation too. Some of the finest craftsmen you can imagine. 9999 Allisonville Road. It's efmarburger.com.
Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be found off my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you.
All right, so Patty's talking about honeybees. I have a question for you. How many flowers have to be pollinated by a hive of bees to make a pound of honey? How many flowers? Terry, you can do this one.
Yeah, I know
Is
the
this in
answer,
the weeds?
So I'm just waiting.
No. This is just the
This is
bump.
just
The
Denny.
bump music was
Denny.
honey.
With random
Bump
thoughts.
music was
2,700.
2 million. And those bees fly over 55,000 miles, which
Terry,
is
you
2
didn't-
times around the
You
equator.
You didn't put yourself out there and guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
She's
sorry.
saving up for In the Weeds. That's what she's doing.
It sounds.
saving up.
I don't want to. I'm a friend of the bees. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, friend of the bees. He hates the bees.
I do not hate the bees.
Well,
I love
don't
the
think
bees.
you'll like them.
I do love them. But anyways, I was thinking that seems really inefficient.
Well,
It seems like
It seems inefficient.
the way the
It
bees
is.
are doing that.
2
If they
million,
have to,
2 million flowers. That's
if
amazing.
they have to do 2 million flowers.
No, that's for a pound of honey.
Right.
That's a lot of honey.
Pound of honey.
Right,
and we're
but
just
that's
going to swipe up and eat.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not paying the bees.
And speaking of In the Weeds, the theme of In the Weeds is Pat.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I know that you're
Yeah.
feeling very nostalgic since this is your 1000th show together. And so it doesn't surprise me that you're going to focus on Pat.
We call it a sentence.
I would have.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the pawpaws because I know a lot
Yeah.
of you are excited about the pawpaws.
That's why I came in with bare necessities. 'Cause
I
we
thought
talked
so.
about the pawpaws.
I love the pawpaws, and I'm so happy that you remembered that song from that movie. I
Thank
really
you.
am. This is at Woolly Yak Ranch. Now, Woolly Yak Ranch is just on the northern part. It's in Arcadia, and they have like 127 trees or bushes or whatever they grow
Pawpaw
on.
trees.
Yeah, pawpaw. Is it a bush or a tree? I
tree.
wonder. A tree.
Sometimes you can get both, though. I don't know. I don't know enough, but there are pawpaw trees.
They've got 27 varieties. And so you might have one that tastes like a banana, or you might have one that tastes like a mango. You might have one that tastes like chocolate.
Wow.
But they've got them. And this is going to be at US 31, just north of Indy, right on there. And it's tomorrow from 10 to 4. They'll be right on the side of the road.
Okay,
What do you mean they'll be on the side of the road?
From the Woolly Yak Ranch. Well, that's what I understand. They have like a roadside stand. Yeah.
I thought you're like, they're just like they get the pawpaws and throw them over the fence.
Arcadia is pretty far north. That's probably, I don't know,
It's still
30
Hamilton
minutes.
County, though.
It's Hamilton County, the northern side of Hamilton County.
Yeah.
Isn't that a national park, too?
What?
Arcadia?
Yes, in Maine.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, and Maine is not here.
I know so many people that went to Maine this summer. That must be the hot spot. Everybody took a vacation to Maine, except for you.
I love Maine.
I
It's
want to
so
go to
never
Maine,
been.
but I have a story about Maine.
Oh boy.
And I said to somebody, because I'm in this peer group, and one of the guys is from Maine. And so we visit a store, and we're going to visit there next summer. And I said, man, I've always wanted to go to Maine. And somebody that was with me goes, a bunch of hill jacks there. You don't want to go to Maine.
Oh, no.
It's like,
What?
I thought, I think of it as a
Hilljacks?
very,
I think about it as very kind of not uppity is not the right word, but
they're
very
rustic.
sophisticated or very.
well,
They're a tough
evidently, that's,
I will say I've had the best lobster and lobster rolls up in Maine.
Of course. That's pretty
I
cool.
never
I
knew
just
what
thought it
seafood
was
could
a
taste
very ritzy place.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm sure like every state there's ritzy places, and let's be honest, there's hill jacks everywhere.
You
there
guys
is
watch-
hill jacks everywhere,
You
but
guys
You
my
watch
family.
Maine
my
Sorry.
friend led me to believe that you don't want to go to Maine because it's just full of hill jacks
And their lobsters.
I mean, they're not-
and jack legs, which is different than a hill jack.
it's not Deliverance. You're not going there. This is more. This you've got lighthouses and stuff, and lobster.
Lots of beautiful, just the water, and it's like almost like stony beaches. Like there's rocks and
I
more.
bet it's
They have moose.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a great time. Anyway, get you some pawpaws.
Hey,
Okay.
if
Pick
me up
if
a
the
pop-on
plural
too.
of
I like to call
goose
them naughty
is geese,
bananas.
what's the plural of moose?
Meese.
I don't know. Is there a plural
Mooses?
for moose? Oh.
For plural for what?
If the plural of goose is geese, what's the plural of moose? I don't think it's meese.
I think it is just moose.
Just moose again?
Mooses.
Mousse. So I always write down notes for the show.
Oh, yeah.
It's what I call show prep.
Yeah, it's when you're sitting on the toilet Saturday morning.
Are you finished?
Yes, sir. I am.
Would you like to make it to 1001? So I wrote down,
It's one thing I demand. It's respect.
and it makes
Allison.
me laugh because I have no idea what this is about. It just says, OSHA and stupid people.
God.
And so that was something I saw or something, a thought that I had, but I have no idea what that means. OSHA and stupid people.
I have something to share with you on that, Pat. Oh, no, you're going to take Bronco.
I'm taking Branco.
Branco.
Oh, sorry. I'm still
Branco.
Branco?
Yep.
It's Bronco's
Hi, Steve.
distant cousin.
Just a rhetorical question before I ask my real question is, in the past 10 years, has Taylor Swift had more boyfriends or has Tony Katz had more producers? That's all I want to know.
Oh,
Definitely the latter.
Definitely the latter.
Yeah. He's writing a song about it right now.
Yep.
He goes through producers like a dose of salts, man.
And Denny, a tip of the hat to you for Taylor Swift wearing some of the Denny Smith line of clothing when she was at the U.S. Open there. It looked like she'd gotten something out of Denny Smith's closet.
Really? Like was it one of the loud ones?
Was it the heels?
Because Denny through the years he went through this phase of course, and he's kind of rolling back to picnic table shirts, but he had this period of loud shirts.
He really did.
Loud, like Hawaiian type shirts.
This is from a guy that wears the same blue polo shirt every day of his life.
Because I'm working.
He's going to work.
It's his uniform.
It's his uniform. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a very nice tablecloth type dress that she was wearing at the U.S. Open.
Okay.
But here's my question. It's a home question, not a garden question. I have one of those aluminum segment fences, black, that you see around Denny's house in Westfield, but I don't live in Westfield.
The fake wrought iron fence?
Exactly, the fake wrought iron fence. And the guy that's been cutting our grass got a little sloppy and hit the fence and has damaged a couple of those rods. Am I able to buy replacement rods for those, or do I have to call the fence company, have them take out that whole segment and put a new segment in?
That's a tough question. I have never seen them.
Are you not able to bend them back? How many are involved in this accident?
Well, there are multiple spots, but the ones that are most egregious are
replace the segment, Bronco.
Is two of them, and it's probably better to replace than.
Well, the labor to fix all that, they'd have to pull it out, they'd have to put it on a brake, straighten it, and by that point you might as well just jerk it out.
I just hook a chain to your tractor and hook that to the rod, and then just kind of pull on it a little bit.
Oh boy.
I got it. So I'll just call the fence company and have them come out here.
Whatever. It's your choice.
The information on the show is reliable, but not guaranteed.
That's a great
found a
tag.
new slogan.
Pretty good.
Let him say it again because we need to keep this one. Go ahead, say it again.
The information on the Home and Garden Show is reliable, but not guaranteed.
Got
So
it.
that's
We got it.
perfect.
That's our new liner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
Bronco.
Steve.
Thank you.
Best.
See ya.
Bye.
When you talk about OSHA, I had a guy do a random act of kindness. Jane and I walk in the dark at the park early in the morning because I got other appointments. And this guy saw us, and he's seen us for a whole year. He bought us both reflective coats from his company. It's
nice.
called Central Indiana Insulation. His name's Tom, and he brought it over.
Hi,
and he
Tom.
says, I worry about you guys walking in the dark with your dog. He says, why don't you wear these? They're beautiful reflective coats, Central Indiana Insulation. But here's the thing. On the inside, they had this warning. It said, this garment will not protect you from accidents. They will see you if it is zipped up, but it is not a guarantee that it will save your life. They go through all this OSHA stuff, and you're saying, what idiot would think that this is going to protect him from walking out in front of a car? Anyway, the OSHA people have gotten a little bit crazy.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of crazy stuff like that, that seems like it's obvious. It's even like, I was talking about bike lanes, and the reason and the city's been really not
just
easy
say
to work with.
Quit dancing. Just say it.
On Pennsylvania Street by our store, they were going to take out all the parking on the west side and put in a bike lane. And it's
Why?
like 49th and Penn the parking is very dense, and we need every space. And because that's just how they do it. Then when they redo a road, they want to look at every user that may use that road and try to accommodate them.
They don't want us driving anymore is what they don't want. They don't want us on the road, and that's baloney.
But so there's something called a sharo. Did we talk about this? A sharo is when the bikes and the cars share the road. It's called
Isn't that
share
what we do
road.
now?
Well, according to the city and the government, they have to sign it. So they have to put signs. So you're thinking what we would call a share would be like the 1960s and 70s.
Yeah.
And like we would just
don't hit the bikes.
Yeah. So now they put symbols and signs to let people know it's a Shero road.
Okay.
But if it's not, so I asked the question because, sure we didn't talk about this? I feel like we did.
We have never talked about
So,
We talked about
so
off
I
air.
asked the question at the meeting, so if it's not a Shero, then are we allowed to hit the bicyclers?
Oh, you dumb butt.
Oh, bad.
You didn't say that at the meeting. Oh,
You can ask the deputy mayor.
oh, not that one.
And what was the
I thought
answer?
he was gone.
Shut up.
Could someone please?
Because I try
through
to.
the door.
It's just kind of, I don't think there's anything wrong with signs that say, hey, watch out for bikers or anything like that. But it's just kind of a funny, it's what we used to do when we were kids. We would
Yeah.
ride on the roads.
Man, I'm telling you,
And
I was
get
telling
yelled
somebody
at.
the other day, if you come in this downtown area, you better look down for a minute because you've got so much to see and watch, and
The scooters,
and
the
minimal
people.
roads now to use
Yeah.
because of bus lanes and. Man, don't get
I've
me
seen
started.
2 people in the last week go down a one-way here downtown.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah.
please,
And they're
be
changing some of
careful.
those too, aren't they?
yeah. They're
Changing them
some
two
of
ways.
them.
And
That's
And I
right.
know it's
New
all
York
confusing with
Street and-
construction, but everyone just be a little more gracious to everybody. Take your time.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if you think everybody's obeying that no turn right on red
Oh,
line,
no.
That's a
you got
suggestion,
another.
Terry.
Is it just a suggestion?
Apparently.
Oh,
Well, I will tell you,
Oh,
when
you
I
see
was
where
you
on,
went with
suggestion.
that.
Okay,
when I was on
with the link.
Washington turning right to get into our parking garage on Illinois,
you did it. You run it.
no, I did not. That's why I was almost
Makes
late. I had
people mad
to wait
behind
a
ya.
full cycle.
Oh man, I know
A
it's
full cycle. Everyone else was turning, not me. I waited.
And if you're a food delivery guy on a bike, you don't have to obey any
No.
rules.
oh no.
No rules.
None at all.
Yeah.
None.
Same with scooters.
It's
Do whatever you
scooters,
want.
on the road, on the side, wherever you want to be.
Yeah, that's fine. We're coming right back with more. Our number 239-9393. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the feature now sponsored that is sweeping the countryside. It is In the Weeds with Denny Smith.
Brought to you by the lovely folks at EF Marburger. Fine flooring, $99.99 North Allisonville Road, EF Marburger with a U, burger.com.
U-Burger.
All right, so this week I learned that there is, when you have a group of animals, like a group of cows, it's called a herd, right? All right,
Right.
same thing with horses. I found out that there, and put your phone down, Pat. Allison, nothing on the computer now. Okay, everybody hands up in the air. There is a group of animals known as the Pat. This is no kidding, a Pat. So I'm going to give you a list of animals, and you tell me what's your best guess, and which
Squirrel.
one's called, no,
And you're saying Pat is in P-A-T. not
P-A-T.
Pat.
It's called a Pat. All right, so owls, cats, apes, kangaroos, rhinoceroses, baby frogs, elephant seals. Which one, a group of them, which one is known as
Could you repeat
a Pat?
those?
Kangaroo.
That's a lot of options.
All right, I'll read them again. Owls, cats, apes, kangaroos, rhinoceros, flamingos, it's a codfish. I'm sorry, baby codfish, and elephant seals. Which one is called a Pat?
I'm going with elephant seals.
I'm going to go with kangaroos.
It's flamingos. A group of
I didn't-
flamingos are known
I
as
didn't
a
guess yet.
I know, I was helping you out because I knew you were
I
wrong.
was going to say
Flamingos.
flamingos.
Wow, you know your own kind.
Yes.
All right,
Wow.
so this is the
That's kinda
rhinoceros. Is a rhinoceros a group of rhinoceros known as a mob, a crash, or a crowd?
I like a mob.
I would say crash with those guys.
That's Pat. You're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Look at you. All right, kangaroos.
You ever seen them run around? There's
a group of
certain to be a crash.
group of kangaroos. Is it a shrewdness, a mob, or a clutter?
Oh, I think that's the mob. Is that the
That's
mob?
the mob. Very
Mob.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, a group of apes. Okay, apes like apes, like almost human apes.
Right.
What is it called? A squad, a family, or a shrewdness?
I think it's a family.
I think it's a family.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's wrong.
Learned
It's
that-
a shrewdness.
Oh,
Pat, you are 4 for 4. You are really smoking them over
guessing.
there. Okay.
I'm not good at this.
Anybody know what a group of cats is called? Is it called a clutter, a pack, or a boodle?
Of cats?
Of cats.
Like our kitten? Like
You
our
know
cats
what
at home?
we should do is we should call over at Springfield, Ohio, and ask them.
Stop.
Oh, God.
I saw so
Okay,
many
a
cool
group of
things on the
cats.
internet.
Is it called a clutter, a pack, or a boodle?
Boodle, because I like that word.
That is a good word.
Yep.
For cats, is that what we're still talking about?
Yep.
I
Cats.
thought that cats was like a pack.
It's called a clutter. You guys are just aces on this. You know,
Wow.
next
Terry
week.
and I are big animal lovers.
I think.
I
All right.
know.
And we're
This one
failing
is the
miserably.
easiest one yet. A group of owls. Is it called a parliament, a court, or a jury?
It is definitely Parliament
I think
because
it's-
they're majestic.
No. It's a, what'd you say?
Parliament.
I say judicial.
Said court.
It is a parliament. Thank you, Pat. All right.
How do
Did
you
you
know
get the
that?
All
answers
right.
beforehand?
So this Pat one.
Man.
I want you to maintain eye contact with me on this one, okay?
Okay.
What is a baby beaver called?
Oh.
Pat, look at me.
Are you
What
going to
is
give
a
him
baby
options?
Denny.
beaver? No, it's not called a Denny.
He said, "Look at me."
I was kind of trying to. I was
Thinking-
like,
it-
He said, "Pat, look at me.
I was
What's
afraid-
a baby beaver?"
I'm the one.
Denny.
It's called a kit. Okay, what do you call a baby codfish?
Am I still
Well,
looking
do we
at
get
you?
a choice?
You're still thinking. That's
Dinner.
not a Denny. Sprat. Okay.
Sprat.
Yeah. Now, but Terry, this one's for you.
Oh, no.
I know this is a word you use often.
Oh, okay.
What is a baby elephant seal called?
It's a word I use often.
Careful.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's it start with?
W?
Oh, wow.
No.
Weird.
Closer.
What?
W-E.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, weed? Is it a weed?
It's a wiener.
Oh, it's like a
A
dog.
baby elephant seal is known as a wiener.
A wiener. How did they spell it?
W-E-A-N-E-R, like weaning
Oh,
off.
like
of-
weaning off.
Yeah.
Not
All right,
like
one
hot
more.
dog.
I'll do two more. What is a baby shark called?
Baby shark.
Baby shark.
Baby shark.
That's what Jane did. She started singing.
Baby shark.
It's
You're
called-
welcome, everyone.
What is it? It's a cub. Now,
baby
as,
shark?
As opposed to a baby tiger. What do we call a baby tiger?
I don't know, Denny. but
Because I thought it was the cub. No, it's called
Yeah.
a whelp. W-H-E-L-P.
Oh, where are you getting this information?
One last one.
Okay.
I need to get
How
to the
many?
zoo more.
How many plastic?
You're the one doing great.
Yeah, you did, Pat. You were 4 for 4 at that.
You know.
How many plastic pink flamingos have been sold in the United States since 1957?
Oh my gosh, Pat should know this retailer.
27 million.
You're close. You are really close.
30
You're-
million.
You're a little bit high. No, Pat was high.
25 million.
20 million.
20 million.
20 million.
20 million pink flamingos.
Just so happens at the Do It Best show last week, I was in a booth. It's called Bloom, B-L-E-O. They make pots and all that stuff, but they also have a line of flamingos. And my lovely wife, Beth, said, we should get flamingos. And I said, no.
No. Oh, do you know why some flamingos are pink and some are white? The natural color is white. Oh, Allison?
I do know this one. It's
Yes?
because they eat shrimp.
That's right.
Exactly right. That's exactly. But their
That you
natural
do
color
learn
is
at the
white.
zoo. I
You
didn't
do
learn
learn
any
the
of this other stuff at the zoo, but I did remember that little
And if
bit.
you go to the zoo and you get a chance to feed the flamingos, please do. It's so much fun. I think it's
Their
only a
little heads
couple
go
dollars, but they give you like a cup full of basically Creole or shrimp or something and some water, and you just hold it up to them. And oh my gosh, the way they just like go after it, it's so much fun. It's so fun.
Yeah,
So do
it
that.
is fun.
You used to work at the zoo, didn't you?
I did. I did.
That's In the Weeds with Denny Smith, brought to you by
E.F. Marburger and Son. No, E.F. Marburger Company, 9999 Allisonville Road.
Oh, Saturday sun, I met someone out on the west coast. I gotta get back, I can't let this go. Saturday
I like this.
sun,
Allison, who is this?
someone,
Vance
care
Joy.
what it
Oh,
costs.
Vance. I know Vance.
No
Yeah.
way
He's
He
on
used to
the,
work at the store.
he'll show up on the Coffee House channel.
Oh, yeah.
Serious.
Did you hear about the fella from Terre Haute that's in the finals for America's Got Talent?
Oh, the
the
janitor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he seems so sweet.
I know it.
He
You
does.
cheer for
What a
him.
precious
My gosh, the
story.
first time you saw him on America's Got Talent and he opened, you just didn't know what was going to come out of his
Oh my-
mouth.
I was
and it
nervous
was like,
for
I
him.
know.
I
Oh my
didn't know
God.
what was
You're
gonna
looking,
happen.
it's like,
he's so amazing.
Yep. Very cool.
So good. So good.
All right, so I got some good news. I went through the trash and found the rundown from Hammer and Nigel's show. So
good.
we'll have some stuff for the
They
next
get
couple
highlighters.
hours.
They have green highlighters
Yeah.
and yellow highlighters.
Yeah. Sometimes they empty the trash and we don't have any show prep.
We get
But
pencils
now-
with no erasers.
Now we have it. So when we come back, we'll talk about a grandmother with a very special birthday.
Oh, that'll be
Wow.
good. That's a nice tease. Is the tease even on there too?
No, I
Coming
kind of
up
made
next
the
to-
tease out of the body of the.
He had to splash off the
fantastic.
Coke
Yeah.
and the beer
Oh
that's
my
on it.
gosh, I love that.
I might send them some notes on how I think this should be laid out to make it a little easier
Yeah.
for me. So one of the guys at our store had a great idea, and I don't know because I don't know how Pat came up, but he said we should have shirts where everyone's name is just Pat.
That is a great idea.
Sure makes everything easy.
He goes, everybody calls us Pat anyways.
So,
That's pretty funny.
We had ladies' night this week.
how'd that go?
It was really good. I thought it was going to be because it was Thursday and it was really hot. I mean, but there was no humidity. That is true.
So it's very
It
comfortable.
is
Everybody
true
was
what
very
they say.
comfortable.
It was very nice. So we do a little, show. We had a fashion show.
Oh, did a fashion show this
Yes.
year. Were the men modeling or was this
I
women?
had
or
three of our high school guys were modeling.
those guys from Carmel?
Yeah, actually, the guys from Carmel, and then Zach from who just graduated from Chittard, and they modeled the pajama pants, the really cool pajama pants that we have.
Right.
Jane
Yeah.
Like
loves those
Sasquatch?
pants.
How about Bigfoot?
We have Sasquatch.
You
We
have
have
pickles. 'Cause
We have
Ja-
pickles. We have pickleball. Pickleball
Wildly.
pants.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the ladies love the young guys.
Jane loves the
Well,
pickles.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's invigorating. We're not creepy about it. It's just fun.
No, and I told all the ladies if you buy a pair of these for your husband that they will act and look just like these
So
boys.
how is it that women can be crazy about young boys? The
Not
guys,
They're not
crazy.
young boys; they're young men.
young men.
Right?
Okay, but guys, you're really on thin ice if you show much attention to young women.
Then you're creepy.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
What's the
I don't
difference?
listen.
No,
I don't.
that's
there's no,
fair. That's
I
fair.
understand. No explanation for it.
Yeah.
There really isn't.
Sometimes when I don't know if I should say this, but
Oh, no,
sometimes
don't say
You
it. If
probably
you've got
shouldn't.
no,
if you have to think
right.
about
Probably
it,
better
don't
not.
say it.
No,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Let's take a call.
Okay, let's do that. Let's see. It is regular Jeff joining us on the program. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Pat. And the rest of the crew. Terry, love you.
Love you.
Kenny, you too. And Allison.
Don't forget.
So I wanted to, hey, great job on In the Weeds, too. I saw that. Or heard
Yeah, I thought that was
somewhere.
good.
You did very well. So I want to take us back to 2021 on the 9/11 thing. Or, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
On 9/11.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
2001.
So, yes, 2001. And so I remember a time that we all hung together. When that happened, man, the country came together. And I'm afraid now that if the same thing happened, what would happen? Because I don't believe
blame it
that
on each
we would
other.
have the same
Yeah, that's
reaction.
interesting. Yeah.
Good question.
Think about that for
Yeah.
a second, and I don't mean to take up time, but I'm at a point in my life where I don't think we'd have the same reaction, man, and I would hope we would, but
It was a neat time, Jeff.
23 years ago, social media hadn't gone wild yet.
Right, but
Yeah.
I remember all the people going to church the next couple of weeks. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
was in church the next couple of weeks.
One of the most amazing
point, Jeff.
thing
Good
is
point.
when President Bush threw out the first pitch because they realized we had to normalize, we had to get back to normal and show the world, we're gonna continue on with our lives. So the Yankees were playing, and George Bush went in there to throw the first pitch. Now get this. A Republican president is not very popular in New York City, and the cheers
Yeah.
the cheers
And he
for
threw
George
the
Bush.
heat too. He did
Yeah.
throw a strike that day, but he was so. Did you see the great big
The
chest
bulletproof.
protector, bulletproof? He
Yes,
was
I
so-
remember somebody in the media or somebody was like mocking Bush because he kind of walked like a Texan with his arms out, like that.
He
And they
was wrapped up in a
"That's the
bomb suit."
That's a bulletproof vest. He can't put his arms down.
Yeah,
Man.
but he threw the heat that day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. That was nice of you to call, man.
That's a good question. It really is a good question. Hate that you have to think
all right,
about
I'm
it.
off.
All right. See you,
Okay,
Jeff.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was interesting how we remember that. Of course, you were on vacation, and it was celebrating your
20th anniversary.
Wow.
And people go, why in the world would you get married on 9/11? 911, like it's an emergency. Why would you do that? And I always go, because 911 wasn't a thing then.
Back then.
Everyone had a sticker on their phone.
Right.
You know, they would every phone or right by the phone there would be the sheriff's department. You know, if you're in Washington Township fire department.
Yeah, little glow stickers. They glowed in the dark.
Yep. So yeah, 911 was not.
Now we have
a thing.
811, 411. What other ones do we have?
211.
211.
Not sure what that
a lot
is.
of
But
11s, don't we?
yeah, I remember. What was 411 information? What was information?
411 was information. That's exactly right.
That's right. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Calling information. That's crazy.
I don't think I ever did call information. I should have.
Really?
What would
How
you
about
call them for?
2222? You can
Would
still buy
always
that.
do that. Yeah, you still can.
All right.
It's Big Joe.
Hour number 2 coming up.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys, that really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools. Power tools.
Hey, good morning. Hour number 2 of Saturday's Home and Garden program, brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. We have a very special guest because it is festival season in Indianapolis. Terry, who do we have?
This is Riyadh. Riyadh, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. 239-9393. If anybody has anything, you know, we're always here to help you if you've got something going on, especially festival time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we like to do. And Riyadh, are you there right now at the St. George Festival that's getting ready to start here in just about a couple of hours?
Yes, we are prepping for it right now as we speak, and we are doing a great job for it, getting ready for everybody, to show everybody in the community our heritage, food, music, and hospitality.
Tell us about, I'm telling you, the food at the St. George Festival, which is in Fishers, right off 116th, a beautiful church with a big gold dome. And I've gone for several years, so always see lots of friends here from the building. It's just a really big event, and it's truly not, as you said, the music, but the food is unbelievable. Do you still have the grape leaves with the ground beef and stuff inside?
Yes, Terry, of course we do. We have the grape leaves. That's special. We're going to be starting rolling it in a couple days.
Oh.
Fresh. We have the gyros. We have a vegetarian falafel for people that are vegetarian. We have lamb shanks. And don't forget about the hummus and the kibbeh.
Oh, yeah. Pat,
Are you going to do dancing and music? Last time I'd heard about it, there was some very neat dancing going on.
Yes, we do. We do, Denny. We actually have a group coming out of Detroit. They do that debke, which is a traditional Middle Eastern dance. And we have 2 groups from our church. They've been practicing. A younger group from 6 to 8 and 9 to 13. They'll be performing some Middle Eastern dancing.
We should put a WIBC group together.
Of dancers?
Whoa. Eastern dancers.
Sure, we'll be more than happy to train them, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. Hammer, Nigel, Tony Katz.
Right? Tony would look good.
And then the Saturday show, we'd be in the background.
Yeah, but together as a team.
As a team.
Yeah, I think that sounds great.
Do you still do the church tours? One of the neat things is you get to go in and see the church. Do you still do the tours?
Yes, we still do the tours every day. They're 3-4 times a day. It's in our program. If you go to our website at St. George Indy, you'll see all that stuff.
Okay. And it starts
also, it's free of charge to get in. We have kids games, so kids from all the way up to 13, they can get in a game area, fenced in, secured for all the kids to play.
It's really a great festival, truly. How many years now, Riyadh?
This is our 27th year.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 27th year.
And I've been the chairman for the last 10 years.
And because you love it so much?
No, because nobody...
I love it so much, yes.
No, because he missed a meeting.
He missed a meeting, that's why.
So, all right. So, again, today it goes till noon.
Or
I'm
starts
sorry,
at
noon until 10 p.m. and then tomorrow 1 to 5.
No, it's next weekend actually. Not
Next
this weekend.
weekend.
Oh, I thought it was today.
Oh, because my sheet says
No,
today.
next weekend.
That's
not next
my
weekend.
fault. Nobody go
Okay,
today.
next weekend.
It's
Don't
next
go today.
weekend.
We can go and you could get a spot today. You'd have to stay the week.
Well, yeah, but you.
Well, you know
you'd be
what?
well
And that's
taken care
I
of.
was wondering that because when he talked about,
Yeah.
he said we're going to start rolling the grape leaves in 2 days, and I'm like, well, what the hell? This thing's in.
Starts Friday from 5 to 10, Saturday from 12 to 10, and Sunday from 1 to 5 next week, September 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Okay, so Riyadh, so I would say of the information that was handed to us, I would say it
Written
was
by Terry.
It was
This was not my
about
fault.
50% correct because it had the date wrong. It missed Friday.
Riyadh, no. Riyadh, tell them. Riyadh's a
I
friend
love
of.
Terry. Terry does a good job for us.
Thank you, Riyadh.
Okay, so next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's the St. George's Festival in Fishers.
In Fishers.
And we'll post all of the festival information on our Facebook page, Home and Garden, as well.
There you go.
If you get a chance, go inside the dome. Father Anthony will let you in there, and you can see all the hand-painted things in the dome. It's just drop dead
Just
gorgeous.
beautiful,
Just
beautiful,
gorgeous.
beautiful. Nigel said to tell you hello.
Thank you. I said hello to him too. And then one more thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to mention our sponsor, Essential St. Vincent of Carmel, Canal Bistro, Pro Dribble, First Internet Bank, Taslo, Tempe CPA, and our new sponsor, Century Bank.
Century Bank. All right.
Okay.
Well, very good.
All right, we'll see you next week, Riyadh. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. We'll see you there
Thanks.
Friday.
You are all invited as my guests. So.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
sounds
Thank you.
great.
Thank you. Can't wait to get there. See you
There you go.
later.
Well, there you go. Hope
I'm
the
sorry.
weather's great. Yeah, you really screwed this up.
Well, I thought it was today. Originally they had called, they really checked in with Nigel because they're real good friends with the Hammer and Nigel show. And Nigel and Hammer just couldn't get him in. So we said we'd help him. And I thought it was today. It's not today.
Nope.
So what is the pawpaw thing today?
Pawpaw thinks tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
But see, I'm a pawpaw. There's a Pat. You're a pawpaw.
You're not edible, Pawpaw.
I'm Pat.
You're not delicious. That I know of. Anyway,
Okay.
Pawpaw's the Woolly
she-
Yak
she
Ranch in
swings-
Hamilton
she sends
County
up
in
this high and
Arcadia.
I swing it
$6 a pound. 157 pawpaw trees, 27 varieties of pawpaws. And again, $6 a pound. That's tomorrow. It's 10 to 4.
And where's that?
tomorrow? This is
You're full
on
of
US 31. Stop it.
Fulton joins us on the program. Hi, Fulton.
Well, good morning.
Have you ever had a pawpaw?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
You'd love
No.
it.
But today is me and my girlfriend Kaden's 8-year anniversary today.
How many years?
8 years.
8 years?
Yep.
You gotta
The
get
old
a.
married
You gotta
couple.
put a ring on that finger. You guys gonna get married?
What, does he speechless?
Hopefully soon. So,
What you guys doing tonight to celebrate?
well, we're going to eat at my work at Texas Roadhouse tonight. Then we're going to go see Despicable Me 4 today.
Oh.
And then we'll probably get some Starbucks later on.
Do they still have the? Is that where they have the Bloomin' Onion? Texas Roadhouse.
I think so.
You should get one. They're like
Very romantic.
4,000 calories.
So, yep. I just sent you guys the video for the athlete of the month.
Oh, athlete of the month. Very
Because
good.
he's still athlete of the month.
Yeah, congratulations on that again.
Thank you.
So what's
And
your
we won,
hey Fulton? What's your girlfriend's name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin?
Dunn. Yep.
That's kind of a popular name. I think there was a lot of Peytons born a long time ago. Now I think we're going to have a lot of Caitlins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Caitlin Clark.
Do you have
she
Oh,
plays
yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
Fever.
I've heard of her.
You familiar? Familiar
Yep,
with her?
I'm
Oh, yeah.
Number
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
She's changed
I
the
remember
way
it.
everything happens now
Yeah.
for WNBA. Love her.
Fulton,
And
do you
then
have
we
a
won,
softball game today?
we won our back-to-back champions that Saturday.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So we got the
Awesome.
gold medal, so.
All right, Fulton, we got to go. We're up against our clock, but listen, let's
Sounds good.
let's do a little ring shopping, and I think there's going to be a wedding.
Yeah, it's our dating anniversary, so.
All right. Well, maybe you should date for a few more years.
Yeah. Yep, I should.
Yep. There you go. See you, Fulton.
Well, see you guys.
Bye.
I think you started to make him nervous.
Yeah.
He's a young
making
man.
me
He's still
nervous.
in his early 20s.
I know. He's like, I had like 2 kids by the time I was his age.
Yeah. Just a different time.
A family in Illinois put 80 candles on a cake for their grandmother's birthday.
Yeah.
It was already an inferno when they set the cake in front of her. She couldn't blow them out, and it quickly became a fire hazard.
And where'd you get
Luckily,
the story from?
they smashed them down with a paper plate to put the fire out.
Hammer and Nigel.
This was in the
He's currently reading Hammer and Nigel's rundown from yesterday. And I'm
Well,
going to show you guys the video
it's
because
show
it's
prep because it's like in the trash can. Might as well use it. It's some good stuff.
Have you ever seen
Is that it?
Yeah.
And they put it in front of her. This looks like a
Oh my God.
out of control cake, and they put it in front of their 80-year-old grandmother.
Have you seen
It's
that?
literally a small bonfire. It's literally 80 candles. And they put it in front of her. And they're like, everyone just try to blow at the same time.
Yeah.
Guys.
And then I'm supposed to read, I think this is Hammer's line. Are you okay with this?
That's pretty good.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Are you?
No, that's
You're
it.
kind of
That's
coming
his-
at us when you
that's his
say
line,
it.
yeah.
A little softer. Are you okay with this?
Are you okay with this?
Yeah, that's good.
That better?
That's good.
Okay.
There's only one hammer. Sorry.
Yeah, but you know what? We got to get through 4 hours. And you know, here's the thing. They have a rundown. This is also what they get. They get a traffic break. And how many times do you guys do traffic?
4 times an hour.
4 times.
Because Matt Bear's
Do you
on
do
it.
weather?
We do weather as well 4 times an hour.
Matt Bear is a treasure to this station. I
Yeah,
wish they
he really is.
appreciated him.
Yep. 239-9393. Coming right back with more 93 WIBC.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams that scatter. And you pull them all.
Change of quarterback. Ethan Patterson is now on the board.
Oh, Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
Hello.
So where did you go to grade school, Ethan? Or what? How old are you now? Are you in high school still?
No, 25.
You're 25.
Yeah, just graduated high school.
Okay.
You and Pat are a
The
kindred
best
spirit
8
there.
years of my life. We have Deborah joining us because we've been talking about our phones listening to us. Hi, Deborah.
Hi there. I've been having that activity also on my phone, but almost everyone has a Faraday cage in their house. Do not use it unless you unplug it before you put your phone in it, because it's your microwave.
That's right. Good job,
Yes.
Deborah. Unplug it. Yeah, that's an important part of it.
Well, it's okay to leave it plugged in, but some
Don't
people
start it.
forget and hit the button.
Yeah.
Hey, Deborah, I'm going to tell you a secret. I have a buddy, and really, a buddy called me and he said, "Does your phone sort of listen to you?" I said, "Yeah." He said,
Yeah, it does.
"Have you ever been romantic around your phone?" I said, "Not that I'm aware of." He said, "Well, don't." He said, evidently, he and the missus got a little bit, frisky, and they started getting something on their phone, and it was something that she had said during the friskiness. So, where's the microwave when you need one, Deborah?
Kind of hard to climb in the microwave and have activity. I have a second microwave I went and bought when I knew we were going to have that worldwide or whatever, where they were going to be sending out an emergency signals to check every
Oh,
phone.
yeah, the emergency broadcast unit.
Yeah. In addition, I put my phones in there. I put my radios in there. But I've got a second one that I use when I need to go someplace where there isn't one where we need to eat. But I kept it, totally set aside. But even sun flares, solar flares, When those are super active, they can cause problems. Now, as far as being watched and listened to on your phone, there have been people who have found that their TVs in their bedroom turned off. The cameras were watching them when they were being frisky.
Deborah, do you believe in
yes.
aliens? I think I do, but last time I said that, I got in trouble on air. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes. I
Good for
don't
you.
know what kind. I know that there's some from outer space I can't see, but there's a whole lot of them all around this country. And besides Springfield, Ohio, look up Seymour, Indiana. Since last spring, they've been having problems.
With the Seymour Owls? Out
No.
of Jackson County?
No, I'm talking about the numerous illegals that are taking over all of the resources and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all over the country.
no, not that type of alien. I'm talking about the spooky ones that come down on rocket ships. and
Deborah,
stuff.
thanks for the call.
Thank you, girl.
You know, I did see a photo, and it's probably a fake one, because sometimes there's some things fake on the internet.
Get out of here.
Yep. But I did see a. It's kind of sad, but it was you could tell it looked like an immigrant, and he was in Ohio, and he was carrying dead geese that he got from the park.
I believe that one's true.
You think that one's true?
Who do you think? Who owns the swans in England? Have you heard this?
The Queen.
The king. The Queen's dead.
Long live the Queen!
The Queen is dead.
So the King. That's what I figured. They own everything.
Yeah, they do. Do you know what a baby swan is called? We're back to the
Swanley?
No, a cygnet. Cygnet.
Okay, they should change all that.
They should.
It's really stupid.
You need to read more on the toilet.
So, you know what? Last night was a big event. Every year. Do you know what it was?
Your anniversary celebration?
No. It was the tapping of the pumpkin beer at Beer Brewery.
Yeah.
And you were having margaritas?
No, we went first and had a pumpkin beer.
Then you had the margarita.
How'd you like it?
It's really good. You know what? Pumpkin beers, I mean, sometimes they're like just too much pumpkin. Beer Brewery, I mean, their pumpkin beer, I think, is the best, if not one of the best. And so they only do it at 65th Street location, the original. Then today, their other locations will get it. And then after that, we get it at our stores.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. But it's just a hint of pumpkin. It's right there. It's a very good beer. But then we went to eat around the corner to this Mexican restaurant. And, what I try to get is what's called a skinny margarita. And that is just without a lot of mix in it, just pure. So I got one that said, Patron, all the things, and it was $14. You think, and they bring the thing, and it's flaming. It
Smoking.
had smoking.
It makes a pretty picture. It's a pretty sight on Instagram.
How did they make it smoke? Is it dry ice?
Dry ice.
Can you drink dry ice? Of course, it's
I burnt my lip on the rim of the glass.
You had it coming. You should have stuck with the pumpkin beer.
Fun.
Yeah, and it was just the food was good there. It's a new place, and they were very nice. But it was just a little too much, too big. You could cut that size down in half, and still charge $14, and then I wouldn't have a headache this morning.
Do you know how to get rid of that?
No.
A little bit of echinacea, a little bit of dandelion root, and then up your load of antioxidants.
Up
and
yours, too.
And you won't have a headache when you wake up in the morning.
You know what I'll do then when I get back to the garden center? I'll go out and eat one of the cone flowers.
Oh, because you can.
Mm-hmm.
Why
and you
would
got
you
plenty
eat a
of them.
coneflower?
That's what it is. Echinacea.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I went yesterday to Tupelo Honey, which is downtown in
you
the
know what?
City Way area.
We have been
which
there.
is attached to
Yes.
the Alexander Hotel.
Yep.
Which is a very cool kind of an art gallery hotel. It's super, super cool. I mean, there's just great art at every corner and every turn. But never been to Tupelo Honey for food, and it was delicious.
Yes.
If you love fried chicken.
It was really good.
Like Ethan knows.
We went.
Yeah, I love good fried chicken.
Yeah, we went before. Who's the comedian? Nate. Bargetski. We went before his show, and it was
to eat there.
Yeah, it was really good. It was
It's
packed.
really good. They bring you out for an hors d'oeuvre, and this is so simple. And this is actually what I used to kind of grow up on, and now it's kind of I don't know if it's a thing, but it's pimento cheese.
Oh yeah,
hot pimento cheese with. Oh look, Allison hates it. It's so good with homemade tortilla chips. It's delicious.
Why
all
did you
warm
put your
in a
nose
cast
up in
iron
the air?
skillet.
I think I was thinking about goat cheese.
No.
I don't know if
Pimento
I've had.
cheese is kind of orangey, and it's got pimentos in it, and which are red.
I don't know if it's my favorite.
Oh, you think you'd like it? They put a cream cheese or something. It's very.
Do you not like
creamy.
goat cheese?
Yeah, I don't really like goat
This
cheese.
is more like a Velveeta. So it's a Kraft type cheese, but it's got pimentos.
Beth
in it. It's
doesn't
very,
like
very
goat
good.
cheese either. I mean, why isn't the other cheeses cow cheese?
I don't know.
Because all cheeses were cows before the goats got into it. You know.
I just think that if they would
It was a
rename
title-
that,
it was a Title
nobody
IX
wants to
thing.
know where the cheese is coming from.
Title IX in the goat cheese world, in the world. Yeah. By the
right.
way,
I'm gonna have to say
congratulations
that's
to
fair.
Chris Hammer. I think he's pulled it off. I think he's got some funding.
Oh, for the bowling team over
Oh,
at
that's
UND.
What a
great
great
at
kid.
UND.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Jason is related to this kid. This kid's so nice.
Yeah, he is nice. Completely different from his father.
What is it you say, Terry? He's got the best of both of his parents.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. Zach from the Michaelis Corporation joins us. Hi, Zach.
Hey, good morning.
What about goat cheese? You? Yes?
I
No.
think it sounds like goat cheese was before cow cheese. I just want to put that in there.
What? Now you are the mold expert.
You're not sure.
Is cheese not supposed to be moldy? Do you do mold tests on cheese?
In a sense, I guess, yeah. Like, I mean, obviously, I'd play that year by year kind of thing. You know, like, I just want to go eat anything that's blue and green.
Have you ever found goat cheese or moldy cheese in a crawl space?
No, I'm sure that exists somewhere. I mean, I can't doubt it. Somebody eating a sandwich and, or I have no idea.
Yeah. Sometimes there's people keep visitors in their crawl space, so throw them
Exactly, yeah. Or John Wayne Casey kind of method,
Oh, Zach, you didn't go there.
It was bad enough where I went.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach,
Well, I do have
don't
one
ever follow
story
me.
that could lead towards that, but let's just go away from it. The only time I ever thought I found something like that, I quickly exited the crawl space.
Good idea.
And we did not do the mold work there.
Have you ever had to call authorities? Have you ever found something in a crawl space that looked like human bones or anything?
No, not at all.
Okay,
but like I said, there was one lady who did her own vapor barrier, and it was like a very odd-looking mound in the back of her crawl space. And I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and get out, and we'll just move on from there. And, the best customer sometimes is the one that you don't have, and that's, I think, what happened there.
Wow. So you just walked away.
I've never recorded a whole inspection before until I was in that crawl space because I had my phone on record the whole time.
That's a classic.
All right. So what's going on with Michaelis right now?
Next week we actually are pretty excited. Next week we got the event up at the Grand Park in Westfield, the Suburban Indie Show, the Fall and Home Show, I believe is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll be up there for all 3 days. So if you guys are out and about, come out and check us out.
Zach,
I'll be there.
that is a great show. That is just a wonderful show up there. I hope you do well with it. We used to get invited until Pat got involved, and then they don't invite us up there anymore.
Well, that's because there's cellos and hot guys now on his
That's
algorithm, and that's what I was going to say. For the last 30 minutes, for some reason, I keep getting like eBay offers for cellos from hot guys.
I know. You know what?
No idea.
I realized, but by saying that on radio, people listening, their phones all heard hot cello guys, and so now it's going to be sweeping the city.
It really has. For my phone, at least, my Google searches are getting a little weird now, I guess.
Yeah.
But we're all listened to. You guys. I've heard it. You guys get it.
Oh yeah.
So.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
no, if you guys are...
They would listen to me for about 10 minutes and get so bored that they would go listen probably to you.
No, I've listened to you for the last hour, I think is what I've been listening to you guys, and I'm not bored. I'm actually entertained is the word.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you.
Intrigued, I guess, is the better word. And I just want to say Ethan had the best opening ever on this show. You kind of brought him in and then you brought him out.
Oh, Well, that's just to protect him because he's just a kid.
Well, he said he was 25.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Pat, do you hear
Are you
any?
25?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Listen to that voice. That is a tender voice of a 14-year-old. Say something else again.
My name would be Ethan.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, now can you say Denny's my daddy?
Oh, Lord. Where'd that go?
Now the algorithms are all messed up.
Oh, man. Can you see what my Instagram feed's going to be looking like now? Zach Terra, you're one of the best ones. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Tell us something about Michaelis, though.
Oh, we're rolling hot, man. Any issues you got? Fire, water, mold, even radon, foundation issues. We're doing everything. We're rolling.
I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my best. This and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Pat.
Morning, Denny.
How you been?
Doing good.
Hope you had a good anniversary. What number was it? 44?
43.
43? Wow. Where'd the time go, man?
I don't know.
5 grandchildren now?
Six with really 8.
Yeah.
So we have 2 on the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Who?
Some of the kids.
Okay, we're not supposed to say
it's Carrie,
Carrie?
Our daughter Carrie, and then Arden. Joe and Arden have a little baby.
Will it be about the same time?
They're a month apart.
Oh, that's
How
cool.
exciting is
fact,
this?
I think I've said this, but my family, the Sullivan side of the family, we are welcoming 9 babies this year from May until December. So most of them are
Who's
here.
your favorite?
Oh, don't do that.
My favorite grandchild?
Uh-huh.
Well, they're all my favorites. Well, I'm getting over
Terry,
Elle.
you didn't do that to that poor man.
I'm working through the issue of Elle stealing a full bottle of ketchup from a Mexican restaurant that we were in, stuffed it in her backpack. She's 2 years old. She should know better.
Such a great story.
Yeah, she should go for the wine.
And everyone goes,
She
it's
just
just a bottle of ketchup. It's a Mexican restaurant. They don't probably only have one bottle. They don't use ketchup.
I don't know about
Well, they don't
that,
use
but-
ketchup in a Mexican restaurant.
They use sriracha.
It's for the kids' meals. Those French fries.
So did you take it back?
No, I'm afraid they'll press charges.
That's contributing to the delinquency.
It's Cholita over in
is.
Broad Ripple.
That's
you
kind of
give
your
them
second
probably
home.
still
That's
looking.
your second home.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably.
That's an old lumber company.
Yes,
Where
it
that
is. I
building
know
that
where that is.
Cholita's in.
I didn't know.
It's an old lumber company that was right in Broad Ripple there, and I like to tell them that every time I go there.
Because you're of your fond memories.
You're
of the
right
lumber
where the
company?
I'm just an
Tubifors were.
old, this used to be a lumber company before it was this restaurant.
Oh boy.
And if you look at the buildings in the back, you can tell they're shaped in their lumber sheds. I like to tell them that every time.
I love
The
they
young,
love it.
I like to tell the young hip people, the waiters, and
Sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
before we get to the next call, what is the going rate for a tip? Do you do 20%? It used to be 15 when I was growing up, but I think it's more like 20 or 25 now.
I usually tip about 30 or 40%.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's pretty good.
I do that just to make up for the people because I know they work pretty hard and again they some people don't even come close to
So
that.
when Terry and I open our restaurant and we ask you to come, multiple days a week, that's probably going to be it because it's not your personality; it's that you're a big tipper.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, Pat.
Yeah,
It is pretty good.
That's the only way I can get in the old lumber company.
Because you stole their ketchup.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
Yeah. Yes. I had another thought about that, but don't really remember what it is. Oh, I know what it is. What is it with both politicians that are running for president that want to make tips tax-free?
Oh, I don't know, but I don't know about this. You can't
do that.
I don't know.
You can't take one segment of the population
right.
and say
give them
that.
a break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
you haven't heard
like the student loan thing.
But
Yeah.
you haven't
It's like-
heard the latest. Now they don't want to tax Social Security earnings. Yeah.
I'm for that.
Well, are you going on Social Security?
No.
Don't wait till 66, so it won't be taxable.
I'm going to wait till about 73.
So 73.
These politicians, I don't care who they are. You can tell us anything you want to tell us because
you're all a bunch of liars.
But I mean, it's
if
like
you can really get it done, great. But just
really
throwing
think about
out
that.
words like
think about that. Think about the people that are working, $15, $16 an hour. Well, they're going to pay tax or whatever. It's like, but no, we're going to take this segment. And we're going to say your tips are tax-free.
Same thing with overtime,
corporate.
right?
That is the corporate
not everybody
tax
gets
structure
overtime.
right there. That's
But
what
they're
tax
saying-
structure is. They fool us by saying we're going to tax the rich or we're going to tax these people. And everybody's saying, yeah, that's great. Don't tax me. Well, pretty soon they have to tax everybody. So it's...
And the whole thing with
They don't mean to lie.
tariffs is another thing. We're kind of led to believe, we put those tariffs in that we're all paying the tariffs.
Yeah.
Because when we bring in furniture from China, it's a 25% tariff, and that adds right in.
Of course.
No, we don't. We add it in so it's flat. There's no profit margin on the tariff, but it's like everyone acts like, oh yeah, China's paying that. It's like no, they're not.
I tell you what, I will not ever order underwear from China again. That came on Amazon a couple of weeks ago.
What happened?
Well, one hole is smaller than the other.
One leg hole?
One leg hole.
Are you sure
The
you didn't
whole
have
package.
the waist?
No, and
way.
then you kind of look where it is. I was silly. I should have seen where it was coming from. And I thought, well, sure, because that's just how they make it.
The material is Mr. Scratchy too.
They're just used to growing up that way
Yeah.
with one hole bigger than the other.
What led you to
I needed
burlap
underwear fast.
undies?
Oh, what do you mean?
Aren't they burlap?
Oh, no. No. That would be awful.
I have to tell you,
Would
the
be
best men's underwear comes from Duluth Trading Post. I'll put that on the table and argue with anybody.
It's a good commercial.
Duluth Trading Post is the best men's underwear. Best.
Well, I like
Okay.
what I wear.
Hey, can we talk concrete or driveways or something?
A. Ron joins us on the program. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, good morning. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Yeah, just so I have a driveway and I have a lot of cracks inside of it, just looking for the best way to fill those holes, basically.
Are they holes, are they pops, or are they long cracks?
They're long cracks. Most of them are pretty small, but a couple of them are kind of, they're almost like fissures, so you can't see how far down they go.
You know, this is a question that I asked Pat, I think, about 8 or 9 years ago, and he gave me the answer, but I didn't want to hear it, and it had to do with chiseling out the crack. You want to explain that one, Pat?
If it is a very thin crack that it would be hard to get material in, you want to get kind of a V shape or a Y shape and open it up
And
a little bit.
I didn't want to do that.
But if they're big enough, and you're very smart to do this because you don't want water freezing and thawing over the winter in those cracks. So the key here is to get a patching compound that has some flexibility to it, some elasticity,
Can
as
you
we say
pour
in
it
the
in?
business.
Because if it's a little crack, how do you get it in the crack?
You can pour it in. You can get it in a caulking tube. But what you don't want to do is take like a ready mix sand mix because there's no adhesive in that and there's no flexibility. So if you troweled it in there, it would end up just cracking back out. So if you have bigger areas that you need to put a patch on, you either get a patching compound that has adhesive in it, or you can buy concrete adhesive and add it to the regular bag of sand mix, and then that will help it bond to that old concrete. But for cracks, I would get just the squeeze bottle or the caulking tube, as long as it has some flexibility to it.
Okay, what about the cracks that are pretty large? Some of the cracks you can put your pinky inside of it, and it seems to go down to China. So I don't know how deep it's eroded.
You could put
the driveway.
They make a little bit of a styrofoam roll that you can pack that in there so you don't have to fill it all the way. And I found those at your store, buddy.
Yeah, those are called caulk rod
or something like that. Some are pink and some are white, but they're pretty good.
So same thing on the bigger ones. I would get Quickcrete's patching that has you want something with no aggregate in it, but that comes pre-mixed with the adhesive in it. If you had a lot of it to do, that's when I would buy a bag of sand mix, because sand mix is the same as concrete mix, but no rocks. So sand mix, and then a bottle of concrete adhesive.
Okay. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ron, thanks for the call. Do you get the reference, Ron?
Get it a lot, actually.
Do you? I love that
That was a
skit.
good comedy skit.
I love that
hilarious.
skit. Yep. All right. See ya. Aaron is from who is this? Who was that? Allison.
Is that Saturday Night Live?
Key and Peele.
Yes.
If you have
So
not
funny.
looked up the skit Substitute Teacher Key and Peele, he
my
basically
gosh.
mispronounces every very common
Yes,
name.
it was the African American substitute teacher that cannot pronounce the white kids' names. So funny. So funny. Coming right back, 93 WIBC.
WIBC, it's the Home and Garden Show. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. You give them a call. It's 844-FIX-INDY. I know you'll be delighted with them. They're really, really neat people. Hey, Pat, I hope you get that swallow in because we're going out to talk about grass. Uh-oh.
Hi, Vonnie. Did you just...
I thought you were still chewing. I'm sorry.
I brought her up.
Uh-oh. Vonnie, please call back.
Call back. We'll put you right on.
Yeah. Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Yes. Hi, guys. Just got done cutting the grass, and I've been fighting moles all year.
Okay.
And as a result, I think I'm going to have to redo my yard. But more importantly, I've used the poison worms. I've used the Victor trap. I bet you I bought 4 boxes of the poison worms.
Oh, excellent.
And yeah,
it stimulates the economy.
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, I'm preaching for some kind of holocaust here because I got to do whatever I can to kill these things. My front yard, 3/4 of it, I'm cutting the grass. It's like I'm walking on a mattress.
Yeah. Are you?
And the thing I'm more curious about than anything is, when I thatch that and tear it up and replant it this fall, and the moles are the moles going to stay there all winter and come back and do the same thing in the spring? Or do I got a mole problem before I got a grass problem?
Well, you got to get rid of the moles, and they do go into semi-hibernation, and they will dig, and they come very inactive, but they just dig deeper, and what you'll see is kind of a pile of dirt where they've dug deeper, and that's where they kind of hang out during the winter. So they don't die. So, but I'm kind of surprised with that the worms aren't working because that really is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stepping on them on the tunnel. I'm putting the flag up. The next day, I'm putting them down. When I put my my little dowel rod in there, and I wear my gloves and put my finger, and I can literally feel the tunnel in there, and I'm dropping them in, and it's almost. I mean, it's nothing. And I'm at the point now where, like I said, if there's some kind of DDT or something like that, I don't care about any animal anymore in my front yard, whether I'm killing worms or moles or voles. But the damage is absolutely incredible.
It really is, and I've seen some bad ones this year. But okay, so let's go over the trap. So are you checking to make sure you're on an active run by pushing the runs down in 6 or 7 spots around the yard, waiting 24 hours to see them push back up?
Well, yes, but another problem I'm having now is I have like a whole network of these tunnels. So it's not like I got a long path. I have, it looks kind of like the spaghetti bowl downtown. I got stuff going in all different directions. And that Victor trap, I set it and it just sits there forever. So.
Well, okay, so the thing about the traps is you do, like we recommend, if it doesn't go off in 24 to 48 hours, you move it, and you keep moving until, because there is a run, a lot of times there's secondary tunnels that spur off the main, and you want to be on that main superhighway is what you want to be.
So if I have a space that's approximately 50 by 50 foot. That is, or 50 by 25. It's in really, really bad shape. Is that like a family of moles? Is that one mole? Is that
on average there is 1 to 3 moles per acre?
Okay.
I'm not sure who was in charge of that research, but somebody figured it out. So people, I mean, 1 mole can do up to 90 feet of tunnel in 24 hours.
Okay. Well, like I said. So what you're saying is if I don't kill my mole and I plant all my grass and do everything I need to do this fall,
you're still going to have a mole. Yep.
Okay.
You're still going to have a mole. You kind of have the road runner of moles.
Yeah. And what also I noticed is the moles like to tunnel. The mole that I have likes to tunnel like parallel against the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So are they like living under the concrete there? Or?
No, usually it's just they will go to the path of least resistance. So a lot of times they're in flower beds. There's gravel along that sidewalk. So it's probably just
Gotcha.
easier digging.
Great. So the latest date to plant grass is when?
Usually third week of September is
wow.
ideal. So about 21st, 20th to 25th.
Oh wow. So I'm gonna I was hoping to get this mole thing taken care of over the next month, but it sounds like I'm gonna be too late.
Yeah, you can still. We're running out of time here, Joe, but you can still plant your grass seed now, and at the same time go after the moles. There's nothing wrong with that. And for the issue that you have, I would get a roller. We don't generally recommend rolling your lawn because it compacts it, but in your case, I would get a roller, fill it half full with water, and then go ahead and push those down so that you can get the proper seeding and all of that stuff so you can get it. But, yeah, you can still do it at the same time, and hopefully you're trapping moles at the same time. Thanks for the call, Joe. Vonnie, we will get to you right after the top. I'm sorry we ran out of time. And that, Vonnie, if you wondered, that was actually Denny's fault for disconnecting you. Wouldn't you agree, Den?
No.
You got 7 seconds. You want to say anything?
Bonnie, we'll see you at the top of the hour.
On 93 WIBC.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys, that really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools. Power tools. Power tools. Yeah, you just plug them in the
Hey,
wall.
good morning.
Think of all you
Hour number 3 of Saturday's Home and Garden program, brought to you in part by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Before we get to JMV, we're going to talk to Vonnie, who Denny dumped earlier. Vonnie, good morning.
Vonnie, I did not dump you.
Yes,
Pat
he
dumped
did.
you.
Denny's got wide shoulders. He'll handle it.
Yeah, he'll handle it. Atta girl.
I know that.
Atta girl.
Step up. Okay. Thinking about seeding my lawn. Do I want to go Kentucky Blue or Tall Fescue or a mix?
Tall fescue.
Tall Fescue?
Tall fescue. Kentucky Blue is just kind of, it's still beautiful lawn, but it's harder to get to germinate. It's more prone to disease. And the turf type tall fescues are so superior in drought resistance, disease resistant. It's just hard to get away from it and not at least be part of the mix.
Okay. Yeah, because it's kind of a slanted hill and it doesn't want to absorb water, and I don't have a lawn right now. I have a great crop of weeds.
Okay. So here's when I would tell people to buy the mix where it's turf type tall fescue mixed with some blue or some perennial rye is when you are patching it in an existing lawn, because turf type tall fescue is a darker green. So on its own, it's gorgeous. But if you're doing a spot, you don't want a blue spot. Like my neighbor Tim, he has this big round spot, and then his landscaper came in, they put turf type tall fescue, and he now has a big dark green patch in the middle. And then when it gets really a drought like what we have now, he's this beautiful round turf type tall fescue, and while everything else has gone dormant, it just stays green.
Even in the drought.
Yeah, even in the drought.
I'd put a flag out there in the cup and make it just look like a putting green.
There you go. Good idea. It's a great idea.
Neighborhood would think, this is great. Perfect. Well, I love it. So I'm going to get the tall fescue.
You got it. Thanks, Vonnie.
God bless you.
All right, see
Thank
ya.
you.
And then you plant that now?
Yes, you plant that now.
And then even though it's going to be, we still have another dry spell coming. There's no rain inside.
Well, you're going to have to water. But you need to get it down, because if you wait too long, then it gets cold and then the roots don't develop deep enough so that they makes it through the winter. Well, JMV knows that. Hey, John.
Hey, I like Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie's good people, right?
Bonnie is great people.
Yeah. Hey, give me some names of famous Bonnies right off the top of your head. Go.
Bonnie's.
Bonnie or Bonnie?
Bonnie
This
with
is
a V?
Bonnie with a V.
Yeah, Bonnie.
Yeah.
As in Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Yeah, like
Bonnie
Bonnie
Raitt.
Clyde,
Bonnie Raitt.
Kurt Vonnie.
Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
Yes. How about this? Bonnie Bedelia, actress in Die Hard, the wife of John McClane, Holly Gennaro. I always thought she was smoke back then, everybody else. Yep. And here's one for you, and this is an Indianapolis connection. You ready?
Yep.
Bonnie Franklin, the late Bonnie Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Franklin, you bet. And
One Day at a
Romano.
Time?
And Romano.
Yes, which fictitiously was backdrop-wise Indianapolis, Indiana, as we know.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
Great show.
Great show.
Great show. That sometimes you guys have you ever interviewed somebody that you were so jacked up, so excited about because you loved them all your life, and then you get that chance to interview them, and then it just is awful. It's a dud, and you think, how could I have ever thought we were going to be friends? It was Valerie Bertinelli.
Really?
Oh no! Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She really didn't care.
You just crushed all of our souls.
She crushed me. Yeah, she just
She
didn't
just-
want much.
she
just
didn't wanna do it.
She didn't want to do it. So she didn't
I
give
had
me
such a
anything.
crush. I had such a crush on her growing up. There was such a there was like such a wide gap between Valerie Bertinelli and Mackenzie Phillips on that show. The two sisters.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Good God Almighty! I mean, you thought,
right?
Well, how did Mackenzie Phillips even get this role? She didn't look like anybody on this. What the hell's happening here? And then Valerie Bertinelli was the sweet, really cute little girl.
Sure.
So yeah.
Yeah. Poor, she was,
Oh my gosh.
Mackenzie, wasn't she part of the Mamas and the Papas
She
or
was
something?
the daughter, one of the mamas.
Her dad was. That's why she. That's why she was kind of off the rails a little bit. I think.
Got
I don't know how good. I don't know. John Phillips. I don't know how much great fatherly guidance he gave.
Yeah.
What do you think? It was probably lacking a little bit. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so China Phillips, was that Mackenzie Phillips' sister? No.
She was smoke. Indeed, China Phillips.
China,
right?
So
And then-
so they were
and then
sisters.
who was the girl that was on the one was on Melrose Place? Was that a Phillips too? I'm thinking of, or am I wrong about that?
I think you're wrong.
The daughter of Michelle. China's the daughter of. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, Michelle Phillips was on Knots Landing.
Yeah. Yes.
Gorgeous,
So,
hot,
but
evil.
famous Bonnies for 500. I thought that was good. Good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Except that her name is Bonnie, isn't it?
Bonnie, but that's just a detail. So Mackenzie Phillips is she's still alive?
Yeah.
I think she's still with us.
Yeah, she is 64 years old. She just had such awful, terrible, drug issues and stuff like that. I thought maybe she had left us, but
normally I will say this. Normally the era of bell-bottom wearing, I was kind of, especially the women, I was always attracted to it as a young man, right? I thought, man, she looks really good in these bell-bottoms. Mackenzie Phillips looked even worse in bell-bottoms. That always kind of struck me. I go, yeah. No.
You really got a problem with Mackenzie.
He just didn't like her at all.
Yeah. I thought she was okay.
I had some issues with it, but yeah. Hey, by the way, Denny,
Sir.
I had this for you because I heard you talk about Sundown and they're having their open house. Seriously, when I was doing that earlier this week, I thought the Hamilton County Llamas was a band, a local band.
I did too. I did too.
Are you kidding?
Not?
That's funny. No, they're really the llamas, and they
Animal llamas?
Yeah, and the kids get to raise them. A lot of the llamas are owned by other people, and they let the kids, like through 4-H projects, raise these things, and it's really
my gosh,
a great group. It's just a great group.
I thought they were a band.
Yeah,
like John.
I thought it was a band. I thought, wow, that's a hell of a name.
That's a great name for a band, though.
The Hamilton County Llamas.
Yes.
Here they come.
Yep.
You wanted them. Here they are. The Hamilton County Llamas.
So yeah, their open house. I just went by Miss M's just moments ago with Brian and the gang over there. So
were the llamas there?
No,
they're
just
having
north.
a normal day. I think
they're
they're
up north.
stepping up here relatively soon. Yeah.
Okay. Llamalation.
Yeah.
All right. What are you thinking now with the Colts tomorrow? You got the
if the Colts can't beat Malik Willis, seriously, you guys in the studio right there would have a better chance of putting together an offensive game plan than the Packer backup quarterback. He's been there for 5 minutes. All right, Jordan Love's not going to play. It's going to be Malik Willis. If the Colts don't win that, or if they look defensively up front like they did last week, it is going to be the biggest rip job we've seen around here in a long time on Monday. There is no sense in losing that game. Lambeau Field home opener or not, coming up tomorrow. You got to take that. Malik Willis is the backup starting quarterback. I would guess they're still playing gamesmanship. Matt LaFleur, the head coach, is, and suggesting that Jordan Love could play. But, if Willis is the backup and he's the starter, and you lose to him, you've got all sorts of issues. So let's just not let that happen. How about that?
Yeah, let's make it a route so that it's an easy afternoon, less stress. So how long do they think Jordan Love's going to be out?
I think 4 to 6, I believe.
That's what I thought I heard, yeah.
Not their team. Their team didn't say that, but that was all the national honks out there suggesting that he was going to be down for 4 to 6 weeks at least. That's a huge chunk. There's no doubt about it. I understand the gamesmanship. All these, to be a coach, you got to be almost nuts, don't you? I mean, you just got to be nuts, and you got to play the gamesmanship role, and that's what they're doing with this. But I thought Anthony Richardson was what we thought he was going to be, and the big play stuff was fun to watch, certainly on Sunday. But I'm telling you, all this talk about Chris Ballard's defensive line and what they gave up on the ground to the Texans last week was embarrassing for that group.
Yeah.
It just was. So you can't have that. Can't have it.
Yeah. Well, that's a little wake-up call to those boys.
Indeed. But 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, not right across the hall from you guys.
Oh, you're not. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not going to obviously away game.
I'll be in the studio, and we're doing a little bit of whatever, but some '90s tonight. And there's a band called Jane's Addiction out there. Anybody ever heard of Jane's Addiction?
Yeah.
Yeah, late '80s, early '90s alternative band.
Yeah, wait a minute, though. Isn't
because
wait a minute?
Lead singer and their lead guitarist got in a fight on stage last night. To close out their show in Boston.
Really? But
pretty awesome.
John,
There's
wasn't
nothing
he
more rock and roll than that? Yes.
What's the lead? What's his name?
Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro.
He used to be in the Hamilton County Llamas.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, he sang backup for the Llamas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good start.
Llama Navarro. I don't know if the Llamas were ever on the amount of drug intake that these guys have been on over their existence. but yeah, I've actually had Perry Farrell on the show before, and I just kind of got out of the way and let him talk. He's entertaining, but yeah, last night they got into a fist fight at the end of their show.
With the band, the bandmates?
Oh, no, it was lead singer and lead guitarist. It was Farrell and Navarro on stage. They had to be separated by their handlers and everything. I think the bassist came over to separate them. And they, by the way, they come to Indy a week from Thursday.
Great.
Supposedly, yes. Jane's Addiction.
Wow, now that's what you want. A little drama, like on a team, like on racing.
Sure.
You want a little drama. But I wonder what started it. I wonder what happened. I mean, you're at a concert. You're performing.
Probably knocked a beer over or something.
I would guess the lead singer was probably stoned out of his mind to start with, but I'm just guessing. But you remember the song "Been Caught Stealing"? That song, "Been Caught Stealing," is their most famous song. "Been Caught Stealing."
Been Caught Stealing.
Cutting edge stuff right there, Pat Sullivan. I'm sure you have in your catalog.
And it's funny because I don't find a song named "Been Caught Stealing" very funny as a merchant.
No, I don't.
Well, I was thinking about what Denny's catalog looks like, and it would go like Alabama, Oak Ridge Boys, Ronnie Millsap, Jane's Addiction, and the Mandrell Sisters.
Do you know what Shania Twain really means in Ojibwa Indian?
No.
It means I'm on my way. That's not her real name. Shania Twain was a stage name she took on.
Wow.
How about that?
Hey, Denny.
Thank you for
Shania Twain still is, but man, she was smoked-ified, wasn't she, buddy? Didn't you think that, Denny? Shania Twain.
But I was a married man with a child at the time, and I wasn't allowed to say it.
Yeah, but you still can think it. You just don't have to say it.
She still looks amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful woman. Beautiful, beautiful.
John,
we'll be listening, John.
Tonight, B105.7. It's the JMV Takeover from 6 until midnight. And then
this is my favorite part of the week, by the way, too, right here and right now. I need to follow Bonnie or Vonnie or Lonnie or whoever. But
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Week right here.
No, it doesn't matter.
Take over tonight at 6 on B105.7. My favorite part of the week is in this parking lot with you guys right here.
There you go. Thank you, John.
So got nice.
It. All right. Remember, John, you can catch him tomorrow on The Fan at 10 a.m. and then Monday through Friday from 3 until he gets tired on The Fan, which is 93.5 or 105.7. We're coming right back, 93 WIBC. Hey, Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. Available 24/7, 365. It's been such a wild. Right now, it seems like everything is so dry. But, man, a couple of weeks ago on the north side, we had so much rain. So if you find yourself with a bad sump pump that has caused a flood or a downspout that was clogged, whatever the problem, or you just are concerned about something in your house, maybe it's mold or, stuff growing or a smell, call Michaelis. That's exactly what they do. And if it's a problem, a real problem, they can work with your insurance company and they will get your property back to as good or better than it was before the accident. It's a great local source. This is not a national company. There's actually somebody named Michaelis there. 844-FIX-INDY. 844-FIX-INDY. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
As you promised me that I was more than all the miles combined, you must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive, because your voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on driving straight and left our future to the right. Now I am stuck between my anger and the blame that I can't face, and memories or something even smoking weed does not replace. And I am terrified of weather, cause I see you when it rains. Doc told me to travel, but there's COVID on the planes. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your
Ethan?
mom, she forgot that I exist.
Are you picking the music?
Half my fault, but I just like to play the victim.
Indeed,
I'll
good sir.
drink.
I think we could be friends.
You like it?
Yeah. I kind of like your groove.
You like it? Am I bringing the vibe up for you?
I mean, are you just doing that for me or is this your music?
These are daily listens for me, but everything is special for you guys.
Oh, you're so special to us, Ethan.
Gosh, it was such a good answer.
Wow.
I thought you were in radio,
winner.
not marketing. That was really pretty good.
That was good.
I was a PR hybrid, so I can
PR
do whatever you need.
Wow. PR minor. Mike joins us on the program. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing good.
Great. I have a question about tree pruning. I've got a blue spruce in my yard that's getting too big for its location. Can those be pruned, and do you recommend anybody?
Yeah, they can be pruned. What did Crum always say about blue spruce? They just don't. They don't grow old gracefully. So they are a little hard to manage, but you can prune them up.
Where are you wanting to prune them? Is it because it's getting wide in the saddle, real low, right to the ground, or?
Yes. Well, it's planted in an area that's near my deck, and it's beginning to creep into the deck, and it's kind of in the way. I need to make it smaller.
I think you're wise to try to find a professional. The basic tree trimming services that are out there, but even an arborist. But the thing is that once you get past that veneer, it really doesn't grow back. So you got to be pretty ginger about it. Most people just want to trim up the skirt area because it gets down too low, and that's where all the mulberries
That's exactly
come in.
what they do. They
Yeah.
they kind of raise the height of it because it gets so bad.
And then they fall down, and it actually narrows the circumference of them. I would start at the bottom, and but if you need some arborists, I would try either Ping's Tree Service or Max Bigelow. I'll give you Max's number because Ping's easy to remember, and you can look that one up. But Max's number is 487-6098. 487-6098.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
Bye.
I think that was Crummy that said they don't grow old gracefully. That was really well said, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dick always kind of put it. Yeah, I always liked too with Dick. He never. I mean, somebody would call in and say, "I do this," even though it goes against everything that we believe and we know. And Dick would always go, "We never argue with success."
Yeah,
he did.
He did. It's just like So that was just kind of a standard with him.
When we come back, we're going to have Craft Corner, and I've been watching Terry burn her fingers over here.
Yeah, I
and,
did get burned today.
But you know what?
Oh, is Craft Corner coming up next?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. That's our third segment. That's what I was told.
You know what? Fox 59's running a promo that says, "The city that never sleeps." And then, because you know how that's kind of a common thing in the news. You know, we cover everything in the city that never sleeps. And I just think with all the shootings and stuff, maybe we should.
Golly.
Maybe we should all sleep.
Did you listen to Sasha
What if
name
everyone
off
would
all
just
the
sleep?
streets where they found bodies this morning?
It's unbelievable.
I went by there.
Oh my gosh.
It's becoming so. The routes I take.
Depressing.
And I'm a part of the news feed, so there are, even if you don't hear about it, but people are shot often. I mean, all night long, all morning long, all day long now.
There was 10 in a 24-hour period.
10 years ago.
10 shootings.
10 years ago, if somebody
change all this.
cuts
This is a
you
mess.
off in traffic, you'd honk your horn at them. You'd do
don't
something.
do that now.
Oh, I would never do that.
No, you hit the brakes and back way off.
Nope, I don't. I just, if nobody's going at the light, if they're on their phone, I just sit there.
I'm afraid that we're becoming so numb to it that we're not outraged by this.
Right.
It just doesn't feel like we get outraged or mad. We're mad. I was telling you, people were fighting over Popeye's nephews online last night.
Yeah.
I thought, what, you're outraged because you say Popeye was an only child and you don't know where these nephews come. This is what they're fighting about. And I thought there are so many other things that are happening. Why can't you feel that rage about those
shootings.
things? Like what's happening in your city?
I know. It's absolutely
You're numb
insane.
to it.
And I don't. Everybody goes, "Well, what's the solution?" And it goes, "Mom, we got to take away the gun." No,
I don't know.
98%. And I don't own a gun, but obviously respect everyone's right to own a gun. But 98% of shootings occur with an illegal weapon. So taking away someone's gun isn't going to do anything anyways.
No, it's not.
So Beth and I kind of always have this fight, but I think there needs to be something that starts so early in school. This is a long-term solution in kindergarten, first grade, where they get the education not only about shooting, anger and shooting somebody, but what will happen to you, because most time you're going to be caught and you will spend the rest of your life in jail. I still think about when I was on a jury and signed the thing that we put a 18-year-old in jail for 65 years because he, tied up a locksmith with a extension cord and shot him with an AK-47 and left him in the middle of a street.
Wow.
And it's like, I think of that kid that came to this country. I think he's from Yugoslavia. And he came here for a better life, and that's what happened to him.
It's just it's just tragic, and I'm just sad that I don't know what the answer is, but it feels like it starts at home.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not going to. It's not. Unfortunately,
but
it's not going to start at home.
It's not going to start at home.
It's going to have to. And then that Scared Straight program, where they used to take kids into jails.
Yeah.
And they walk down the aisle and see where they end up.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. And when I'm elected mayor, I'm going to start that for sure. All right. Craft Corner's coming up next. That was a weird one to get off on. Sorry.
No, it's
93 WIBC. We have reached that part of the show what everyone hangs and listens for. It's Craft Corner. Craft Corner is brought to you by
our friends everywhere.
And that includes you.
Hello. Yes, but a special hello to our friend Kevin Townsend, who was a candle with Kevin's Candles and Crafts. A good guy. You'll see him next time with his stuff at the Riley Festival in Greenfield coming up next month. Yeah. Anyway, we're glad to be here, Craft Corner. And
happy fall, everybody.
Happy, what do they call this? Pre-Halloween? Halloween Eve. September is Halloween Eve because Halloween's so big. We're going to do a Halloween craft, but first, we got this probably weeks ago, and it came from a listener, and it's been sitting next to my desk, and I just found it. And
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, well, I haven't either. My name is on it, so whoever it is, this is somebody made a craft for us made out of 4 things: pine cones, acorns, milkweed pods, golf tees. These are called Nature Angels.
I love
also
it.
going to need spray paint, they said. I don't know where this came from, but look what they made.
They're
out
little
of pine
angels
cones,
made out of pine cones.
And I love that there's milk pod weeds, and oh my goodness, whoever brought them left us a bunch of them to make on our own. But these are beautiful. See, they're angel wings.
We're gonna have to make this one closer to Christmas.
Looks like it may have broke a little bit. Yeah, these are so pretty. Acorns, golf tees. You see the pine cones, and then you see the milk pods, which are really, this is gorgeous. Whoever made this for us, I'm sorry I don't have a name, but thank you.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
I love this craft. Thank you so much, whoever brought that to us.
That's so special. Thank you. Always send us your crafts or even your pictures of the crafts you have.
Absolutely. That's really cool. We love it, and we will make them, and thank you for the ingredients to do that.
Yeah, that was really
So
sweet.
Allison found this one today, and Allison found us, we're going to be making beautiful pumpkins out of socks. Socks, twine. You'll also need some stuffing, some fiber fill, and then that's really it. A glue gun. What else? We got our twine, right? Our jute.
Yeah, I think that's it.
You're going to take a sock, and you can get these socks anywhere. Obviously, you can get them. I like to get things at the dollar store. You can get a variety of different size socks if you'd like, but always remember that so many socks now have on the toe, have Hanes or some sort of name brand, and if you can just find plain old socks, those are going to work best, right?
Right.
So take it from here, Allison. You want to?
All right. Oh, Denny.
Dana says happy fall.
Oh, happy fall, everybody.
Dana.
Hi, Dana.
And Karen is watching with
Hi,
us.
Karen. Thank you. You're going to take a sock, everybody.
Yeah, Pat, your volume's on. Okay, there you go.
What was wrong?
What was wrong? Oh.
Well-oiled machine. So we're going to take our sock.
Right. You take your sock.
And then we're going to get some of this.
Oh. We're going to cut your sock.
Okay.
Take the sock, however size it is, and you're going to go right to the heel.
Okay.
And you're going to cut about halfway into that heel all the way across. Okay, cut that off. Cut that top where it goes up on your leg off.
Oh, gotcha.
Now you're going to fill that with your fiber fill, or your what I like to call it for pillows and dolls and stuff.
Where do you find this?
This is, again, any place, Walmart, dollar store. It's pillow stuffing. You know what we're talking about?
You know what this stuff reminds me of? It reminds me of Christmas, because my grandma used to use this for like snow for the little houses that you put out for Christmas time.
Yeah. The little villages and everything, and all the everything you need.
Yeah.
It's really inexpensive.
So I'm stuffing this guy up as much as I want.
Stuff in as tight as you can.
Okay, I want this to be a full pumpkin.
Yep, you want to make it a ball, or somewhat of a ball, like a pumpkin shape, round. And then once you get that done, stuffed, you're going to take your jute, and you're just going to tie off that top. And once you tie off the top, you get that done, then you're going to take that roll of jute that you have. You're going to start at that top where you just tied off.
Okay.
And then you're just going to go around and make those grooves that you find in a pumpkin. And that will flatten it out.
So I'm tying up the stem part first.
That's it. And then once you get all of that, those lines in there with that jute to make the grooves in the pumpkin, bring it all up at the top. And then you're going to keep going round and round and round to make the stem.
Hey, Terry. Wouldn't it be easier just to buy a pumpkin?
No. Like this?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, with
You
your
can't
prices,
find these.
you probably, what would you put on this? $59.99, I betcha. Did you ever sell that coconut ball?
Yeah, matter of fact, I had to special order some from last week. That is a sculpture.
Pat, if you missed last week, Pat had a clearance table and he had a $15 coconut on there.
It was not a coconut.
To sell it.
It was a
some
teak,
kind of work of
it was
art.
a teak sculpture.
$15.50. What are you saying, Pat or Denny?
What are you saying?
Help
Hey,
her.
help me.
She's
I'm
an
just
helper.
I'm wrapping it up.
She's fine. She wouldn't have me next to her if she was at home.
Terry, what about instead of the stuffing, would you ever think about putting gravel in there?
Hold it.
Gravel.
Put a little weight on them to put them outside so they didn't blow away?
Well, you could. But these are kind of primarily, since they're fabric, you're going to probably just put them in a really cool bowl.
Well, if you have gravel, they would drain well.
Right.
So do you glue the bottom to make sure the strings don't move?
You don't need to. You just need to
Are you
pull
sure?
it. Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think you do.
You do. Well, anyway, you could. I did not, but you could. and just go around. Just make it real kind of pretty tight.
Okay, that's my
so
issue.
Boy, you're
these will push.
Hey, don't look at me like that.
Your pumpkin has some sort of genetic disorder.
Hey, we've all seen those pumpkins that are the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And they're a little bumpy.
No, but yours doesn't even have any bumps. Yours is
okay. It's a little lumpy, shall we say?
No, it's
and it's not even pumpkin shaped. It's more the shape
well,
of
I have to shape it first. Okay?
more of the shape of a sock.
Okay. Well, okay.
I don't know.
You guys are making me very nervous. My hands are shaking now.
Well, it is hard to do when you're live on Facebook
Wait.
and.
Okay, there you go. There you go. You got it, honey. Let's look.
Teresa said, best part of the show. Barbara said this is a cute craft.
It's a really cute craft, and
Christy
it's really
said-
easy. I don't know what's wrong with
Christy
me.
said you need some orange socks. No, not Nana. Great idea.
You know what? Orange socks would have been great. I did not see orange socks, but they would be great.
You know, I think part of my issue is I didn't fill it all the way, so there's too much material at the top.
I'm not sure what happened. If you want to go with that, okay, but I don't really know.
Wow.
Ready? Watch this. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, look at that.
It's nice.
That
Thank
is
you so much,
beautiful.
guys.
Good job. She's a little artist.
What can I say?
Crafter.
You're an artist.
Hey,
Again,
when
socks.
when this is rewatched, we'll cut that part out.
Yeah,
and
this isn't
no one
live.
will ever know.
All of the listeners right now, they know it's our secret. It's great. So easy.
Anyway,
Almost anyone can do it.
Sock pumpkins, make them today. They're
cute.
cheap,
They're fun.
inexpensive. You would pay a lot of more money at a store, and they really are pretty. Just put them in a big wooden basket or a wooden tray of some sort. They really are pretty.
Happy fall, y'all.
Except for
Load
the
them
ones
down
you
with
did.
gravel for outdoor use.
Thanks for watching today.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Appreciate
Craft
it.
Corner.
Bye.
Our number 239-9393. The lines are wide open. Jump on board. We're taking your calls next. 93 WIBC.
Just pray to a God that I don't believe in. 'Cause I got time while she got freedom. 'Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even.
This is so weird.
The best days will be some of my
We got 2 calls. They're both about crab apples.
Yeah, and they called back to back, so it must be crisis.
Spooky. So, joining us on the program with the first crabapple question is Donna. Hi, Donna.
Hi. Listen, I have this tree that drops from summer to fall. I should have done something probably years ago. The tree's about 18 years old, 17.
Okay. So it gets nasty color leaves, and then the leaves drop off of it.
Yes, constantly.
Yeah. So crabapple scale, they get bad leaves. And here's the thing: the newer crab apples are scab resistant. I said scale, I meant scab. So what you need to do is to put in your calendar to put a fungicide on those crabapple trees, usually late May, and then maybe again 2 or 3 weeks later, and that will prevent the crabapple scab.
Okay. You spray that on?
You spray it on. And if you don't, then you're going to run into the same thing with those infected leaves, and then they'll all turn yellow and fall off. Like say the newer varieties are resistant, so they're a little better, but all those older varieties like what you have, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay?
So I can buy it at the store. Your store.
Yep. Just a general purpose fungicide like Daconil will work. And like I say, the main thing, get it in your calendar now so that you don't forget, because generally what happens is they'll start to see signs of it, and then they go, oh, yeah, so I was supposed to spray that. Well, then it's almost too late right then. I mean, it'll slow it down if you get it early, but right now, just let it go. And then also clean up the leaves. Clean up, that will kind of help you get those diseased leaves in the dumpster, and don't let them mulch in around the tree. All right, we have hour number 4 coming up. We have a fantastic hour planned for you. Well, we will once we take this 5 minutes to figure out what we're doing. But everyone right now is just getting up, walking out of the studio, not really paying any attention to me, and I'm just going to say hour number 4 is coming up next.
Some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys, that really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools, power tools, power tools.
It's the fourth hour. By the love of God, we're here. That third hour is a little bit rough, and certainly I accept Pat's apology for that.
Hey, it's the last weekend of summer.
I know, isn't it though?
Last weekend of
Saturday
summer.
is the first day of fall. Well, regular fall.
This time of year.
It's the home
this
and
is
garden
spider season. The spiders are all making their way into the house,
They're
and they are. We have lots of wolf spiders that get their way in the house, and they are scary. You forgot again.
Twice today.
And you blame it on Ethan. You can't blame it on Ethan.
Bug assault.
Oh, you're talking about this machine gun that.
I actually have one in the car.
Do you?
Yep.
So you got one. I know you ordered them.
I ordered them, but the sales guy gave me a couple of them.
So you fill them with
I
salt.
saw the reviews on them, Pat, and they don't hurt anything. For instance, if there's a spider
They blow the legs right off the spider.
Well, it won't, but it won't hurt like your draperies. It won't hurt your furniture. It won't hurt anything. It's just going to kill that maggot
hurt
spider.
the spider.
Well, spiders need to be outside.
Good aim. You better be a good aim.
Yep, and
Pat
once
couldn't hit a bull in the butt with a banjo.
Once word gets out, Terry, that you got the bug assault, the salt gun, they won't come around.
A lot of people like to use it to put salt on their celery.
Oh, or your watermelon.
Or your watermelon. Just shoot from
Just
across
shoot?
the road. Blam.
I mean, now I'm thinking that's not so bad.
That's actually kind of funny, Danny.
Oh. Yeah.
Somebody at the table and says, I could use a little salt on this. You just whip out the gun and just start firing salt at them.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's enough. They should do that in a restaurant. I wonder if you could put pepper in it.
I mean, how much
Instead
more
of the ground
fun,
pepper?
right? Instead of somebody over you grounding your pepper,
Yeah,
they
just
actually bring out the
gun and just start shooting.
Well, now we're talking salt. I guess we could put pepper in it, too.
Yeah.
Why
I'd
not?
Put anything in there.
Put both in there. You have two different guns.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah. John joins us on the program. Hi, John.
Hi, I'm Pat. How are you?
Doing good.
Great. I had a question similar to the lady about the crabapple trees, but mine are about 6 years old, not as old as hers, but the branches obviously are just going crazy, and which I like, but I was thinking about trimming those back. And we've also got a Japanese weeping cherry, and the branches on it have kind of really gone silly, and I was wondering if it's okay to trim those back and when and that type thing.
You know, ideally, you can probably prune them back right now. Ideally, probably better when they go dormant.
How big are the branches? Are they like pencil size, or are they smaller than that, or are they getting to be pretty big now?
I would say a little bit larger than pencil, but not much, but similar in that size. Now, the ones on the Japanese weeping cherry, they're fairly substantial.
Yeah. So here's the deal. If you go and you're probably fine, but if you trim it right now, when you trim something, it stimulates growth. So then there's going to be new growth. And then if we come and we get, you could get a little damage with a freeze or something like that. But that's why I think ideally you'd wait until they just go dormant and then prune them up for next year.
Okay. Can you be aggressive, or should you just kind of...
No, you show them who's boss. You show them who's boss.
Okay. Hey, just a side note, love the show. Saturdays are by far my favorite day to listen to WIBC. I mean, you guys absolutely kill it. And then the crosstalk, I absolutely love the crosstalk that you do. Now, I know some days are better than others, but...
Yeah, we all have... You know what?
We have those days,
John, thank you for recognizing that every crosstalk cannot be a winner.
So, John,
you're going to have awkward
Should we have more
situations.
politics on Saturday, John?
No.
More politics? Current events?
We kind of get hit a lot during the week.
You think?
Of that topic. And I would like to see if it is discussed, how we can maybe come together more so than you're over there and I'm over here.
Yeah, that would be nice,
That's
wouldn't
really
it?
nice.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
That would be nice.
You know, the place to start with that, too, is local politics. There should not be a division when it comes to our neighborhoods. I mean, a lot of what we want as a community is just like, our roads, our safety.
Exactly.
Everyone should be able to agree, but somehow it still gets split down.
Yeah.
Republicans and Democrats. It's like, the Democrats are running the city. It's like, all right, can't we just,
And see, we're all basically the same. We're all on the same team, and we want to get to a goal, whatever it is. So whether it's better schools, whether it's better roads, whether building a library, whatever it is,
right?
We all want to get there. But we differ, obviously, on how we're going to get there.
We differ because of the labels, John. Well, we are assigned a label, whether it's at birth or what, and then all of a sudden we're either an enemy or a comrade, and I hate that part.
I do too, because when it gets down to it, we're all on the same team.
Right. So,
very good. Well said, John.
Can we talk about sex and religion, John?
No.
I'm asking the caller.
No. He's got to go.
I'm sure he's an expert on both.
I hear his phone ringing.
Once in a while, Pat touches on those topics. Like earlier, what was it? I don't remember. Guys in the band or whatever
the hot
that
cello
was.
Players.
The hot cello players. So he kind of touches on that from time to time. So I think that's probably adequate.
Yeah,
all right.
It probably is. And I like to make people feel a little bit uncomfortable. But when I was at the ISO, which everyone should, our orchestra is
wonderful.
One of the best.
So good.
But you know what? When you're sitting there and enjoying something, and then you glance up and you see the hot cello players, I mean, you have to speak about it, right?
Well, I suppose. And I always watch the violin players.
Me too,
those
John.
are usually girls.
Yeah, well, and they're moving back and forth.
I was
They get
actually,
into it.
you know what? I did something kind of a rookie mistake. I bought like a little package from the ISO, and it said like second row. I'm thinking, well, that's really good, and that's really
at Hilbert.
But I didn't realize that second row, like the stage is at your chin.
Yeah, you're looking.
So
at their
I
ankles.
couldn't see anybody playing violin. I could only see the hot.
So were you
cello
looking
players.
up the hot cello player's pants leg? Is what you were doing?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. That explains everything.
Yeah, we might as well have been under the stage.
Yeah.
So that was, and they
You
probably
were in the orchestra.
Yeah, and everyone else is probably laughing because those.
Yeah,
just me and Beth in that row.
Look at those great seats that Pat Sullivan
Pat was
had.
just mad that there was no saxophone. That's what Pat was mad about.
There you go.
John,
right.
thanks for
See you,
that.
John.
Anyway,
It's a breath of fresh air.
Love the show. The show. And Pat, your stores, especially around Christmas. What a fun place to go.
Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate
you guys
that.
have a good day, and
thanks,
thank
John.
you. And ladies, you do a great job.
John says we need more sex and religion.
He did not say that.
He didn't say that.
He didn't.
I thought I heard
He didn't say that. The thing about the stores, I was thinking, because we were thinking through advertising, and we used to always have this, what do we call it? The sleep-in sale.
Oh, after Thanksgiving on Black Friday or on
sleep-in sale, but now we're going to get rid of that because
the day after Thanksgiving, right?
Right. Because remember, everyone used to go out at 4 a.m. and all that stuff. That just doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen anymore.
So
you'd go right after I had a family and friends that would go right after the meal. They'd head down to Edinburgh to go to all the outlet malls.
Mall.
Yep, to all the outlet malls and then outlet mall and they would leave right after Thanksgiving dinner. And they made just a fun party of it. But you just don't need to do it anymore.
No, because of online shopping. So we're kind of going to get rid of that sale. And I kind of want to think of a sale, something like, hey, come meet your neighbor. Just because there's a social part of shopping to be around other human beings.
That's right.
I mean, I guess if you're just checking a list and it's like, we're going to, I got to get this and boom, it comes to but having going out and feeling a little bit of the hustle and bustle and seeing your neighbors and seeing kids and stuff.
Your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Place like yours, a mom and pop, that's where you really feel that.
Yeah.
You don't so much when you go to a big box store, nothing against that. It's just that neighborhood feel you're talking about, that small town feel is exactly what you would feel.
But there's a lot of gift shops and stuff that you can go to.
Yeah, there's, oh my gosh, Mass Avenue.
We have great gift shops in this town.
We do. We really do. And they're owned by local people.
Yep. But having a little, they always have a little
social kind of thing on the day after Thanksgiving, right?
Right. So I got to come up with the name of a sale.
For the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Meet me at the store sale.
Do you have a big clock like they used to meet over here? Everybody would meet over here underneath the cherub.
Oh, the cherub, yeah.
Do you have a big clock? Everybody meet under
That might be
the big green egg.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you have something hoisted in the air?
I don't think that would be a good idea. I think we need to spread out a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Ethan, you want me to break? Is that what you're crying about over there? All right.
He's not crying.
He was crying. Look at, there's a little tear coming down there. 239-9393. We're coming right back. 93 WIBC.
Amazing to me, Pat, how every producer has a different spot set.
Whose was this? I don't like this one, Ethan.
You don't like this one?
No, it gives me an anxiety attack.
Oh.
I just feel like, who was that? Ethan?
Ethan?
Not going to be a great follow-up, but it is the Killers.
Oh, actually, I like some of the Killer stuff.
I think you do like this song. You're just not in the mood for it.
Okay, that could be.
Wow.
It's hour number 4.
Yeah.
I think
it's
I think it's interesting that Allison knows your taste.
Me and Allison spend a lot of time.
You like this a lot. You're just not in the mood.
She's in our office, She has a part-time job at our place.
God bless him. And I honestly, I feel like I could pick bumper music for each and every host at this point. I really do think so. Oh.
All right, name one number that you would pick for me.
Oh, what number? Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, perfect. How about for the blonde one over here?
I don't think she's ever actually done anything just for me.
Yeah, I've never done anything for your show, but I would easily pick something more upbeat, like almost Christian pop, like Mandisa.
Yeah, perfect.
Did I get it?
Perfect.
What would you pick for Ethan?
Our producer Ethan?
Yeah.
Well, considering this is the first time we're working together, I would say the Killers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That he just played. I thought that was pretty good.
Brian joins us on the program. Hi, Brian.
Hello. My question's about these purple lilacs.
Yeah.
I got 5 of them that are kind of out of control. They're like 10 and 12 foot tall.
Okay.
I was wondering when I could cut them back. And there's dead wood also mixed in with them.
There's dead wood on this show, too, but we keep it.
I don't know what happened there, but...
Yeah. So here's the thing. So you can decide whether you still, for the next couple of years, whether you want to have color to it, and you could cut it back slowly, or you could just whack the whole thing off. But if you do that, more than likely it'll be a year or two before you'll get color on it again. The other way to do it was the Dick Crum method, which is take out a third of the canes now, a third of the canes next year, and then the final third the following year. And then you over a 3-year period, you rejuvenate the entire bush.
Brian, are you a married man?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well then you don't have any. You can do whatever you want.
I think I'm going to whack them down.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going, but I wanted to make sure you
down.
weren't married because it doesn't matter what you think if you're married.
That's true. Denny, I missed that. You're right. I could have gotten him in a lot of trouble.
Hey, Pat, I have another question for you.
Sure.
Back in the 70s, I knew this kid named Jeffy Sullivan, and I was wondering if he could be related to you. He was very boisterous, and this is around 62nd and Allisonville Road area. He used to come to an apartment complex that we lived in.
Jeff Sullivan.
They called him Jeffy?
Called him Jeffy. He was a little guy, but he's about my age, which is, I'm 66.
Yeah, I don't no, not in our family that I can remember.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, good.
He got me arrested.
It's good.
Because he got arrested. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
We were drinking beer, and if he would have kept quiet, they said they would have took me home.
Actually, one time a Sullivan got caught shoplifting at Glendale Mall, and the police called our store. He swears that he is part of your family. It's like, he is not part of our family. I forget his first name.
He was saying he was.
Yeah,
Fred
I think
Sullivan.
he was trying to think that maybe he would get let go or something.
I was just always curious about that, if he was just part of your family.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you,
Thanks,
Pat.
Brian.
Good luck.
239-9393. All right. So we have no one left. So.
Has your wife ever come to you and said something like, "What do you think about this?" And what is your answer when she says, "What do you think about the backyard?" How would you answer that question if Beth were asking you that?
I would say I would use really loose terms. And I would say certain things I like. It's like, I really love the tree over there.
All right, so
and
here's
boy,
what
I tell you what, that dogwood over there is really nice. But then I would go, then what she would go, I really think we need to rip those bushes out. It's, oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, what you should
Just
say
learn.
is learn to do what they know known as a reverse. So ask me what I think of my backyard. Okay, honey?
Denny?
Yeah.
What do you think of our backyard?
Well, honey, that's an interesting question. Why would you ask me that question? And then she would come back and she might say,
No, just tell me.
yeah, I know you want me to tell you, but I want to know why you're asking the question.
Listen, if you don't trust me after this many years of marriage, I think I'm just going to pack up and take the dog with me.
Normally, the wife will give in after the second reverse like that, and she'll say, I just don't like that lilac
This is
bush back
exactly
there."
what you've always done to me. You stereotype me, all women together.
You sure
did. I am special.
sure did.
I'm special in my own right. And you know what? I'm out of here.
Hey, Brian, I know that you asked earlier about your Japanese weeping cherry. Call back in. We need you. All right. There we go. I just think it's interesting when people say, what do you think about this? Don't ever answer the question. Ever.
You know what? There's the old question suggestion, too.
What's that?
It's like, oh, did you mean to leave the bag of chips on the car seat?
That's how you do it.
I wouldn't
That's
dare
how
do
you do it.
that. Are you kidding? Oh, man.
Question suggestion.
I've been married a long time. I
Good
want
for
to continue
you for
to
knowing that, right?
Continue to live.
Yeah. 239-9393 is our number. We're coming right back with more 93 WIBC. Aaron joins us on the program. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So here's what I've got. I bought a house, brand new house, about a year ago, and the landscaper's builder put a silver maple in the corner of the house, maybe about 3 feet away from the garage.
Oh, God.
I have them remove it because I know that will get pretty big and get pretty big into the foundation. They replaced it with a Bradford pear. Now, I'm not necessarily fans of Bradford pears because those will get big. They break easily and don't last all that long. So I'm planning on pulling that out and replacing it with something. What do you recommend that's native, non-invasive to Indiana?
I would like
get a larger ball.
I would look at the red buds. There's some great red buds. There's a one that has kind of a yellowy gold foliage. I forget the name of it. Sunburst, maybe. But look at the red buds. I would say that's a really good choice.
See, I'm not a big red bud
What's the?
I just had to pull out a red bud that got diseased, and then we took two cult. It was when you were gone, and everybody was telling me about their red bud problems. I don't know. How about a ginkgo?
It's our
tree?
state tree.
Is it really?
No.
I thought it was a tulip tree.
It is.
What about a ginkgo tree? Is it
I tell
ginkgo?
you what, my wife loves ginkgos. We had one at one of our houses that was about 150 years old in Franklin.
The tree or the?
So that would make it like
tree.
8 foot tall.
Is that as tall as they don't get very tall?
It was about
they get
60
big.
feet tall.
It's a
Yeah, they
slow
get pretty
grower,
huge.
though. It's a slow grower. It's an ancient tree. It's been around since prehistoric times.
What's the exposure?
It is a western exposure, so it's on the southwest corner of the house.
Okay. So because I was thinking dogwood, but that wouldn't work there. Too hot.
Dogwood would be a really good one, but it's not on the west side.
Yeah, it just seems like, although you've got the shelter of the house. Dogwoods, they like to be an undergrowth tree, but I still think it could be a little too much.
That western sun just roasts everything out.
I would look at a red bud. Some of the newer varieties.
Tricolor Beach. Do you guys?
Tricolor Beach would be
Tricolor
nice.
Beach would be good. All right.
Very slow growing.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. Remember, whatever your wife likes, you love. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's why I said, the wife loves the ginkgo. So
You
yeah, I learned
love
that
the
lesson.
ginkgos. Oh, honey, the ginkgo is the tree. That's a really good suggestion.
There you go. Get them a
Yeah,
maiden
well, I
hair.
got through 28 years of marriage learning that lesson early. So
Yeah, don't take
28. You sound so young.
Don't take anything for granted for number 29, son.
I thought we I thought we had a young listener.
too.
Oh, just another AA Ron.
Yeah.
All right,
messed up.
Have you watched that? Have you watched the Key and Peele? That
yes, yeah, they've got a couple of
hilarious.
those skits out there. I love them.
Love them.
Aaron, now we were
really-
talking about that earlier, and I told Pat that people are listening to me on my phone, and I just showed Pat. I had that it popped up in my Instagram feed, and that bothers me that they're listening to me.
Yep. We should all try to throw them off.
It works really good to embarrass my daughters. I went to a festival in Franklin, and they had the legend, so I went off to grab a tenderloin, and they asked, for the name. I said, well, it's AA Ron. So they get ready for the they call out your name. Hey, Ron, is there an Ron here? Oh, yeah.
Aaron, if you really want to embarrass your daughter.
I would have said, I'm going to send you down to Oshag Hennessy's office.
If you want to embarrass your daughters, when you hear music, and now it has to be in front of their friends, start dancing like you've got the moves of a lifetime. I mean, just start dancing in front of your daughter when she's in front of her friends. Watch how fast.
Yeah, I even have the little underbite that comes out, and
you got the whole package there.
I like this guy's sense of humor.
Got the whole package.
Oh man,
Aaron, thanks for the call.
Hey, thanks for the advice, and hey, great last segment. Life learning experience there. First of the month, I got it.
Okay, there you go.
13th. Thanks.
See ya. I forgot what the advice was we gave him.
It had probably to do with being a husband.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Answering a question with a question.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Did I mention Thanksgiving is late this year?
Yes, it's 28th.
28th.
Start that one over again.
Can't get any later than that.
Who said Halloween is on?
Oh, Friday the 13th.
How can Halloween? No, it's the 31st, kiddo. How can it be on the 13th? That's the last day.
Are you sure?
Are you messing with me?
That was out yesterday. That was on Friday the 13th. Everybody was saying, oh my gosh, you guys are so excited because next month Halloween's on the 13th, Friday the 13th. And people were buying it. They were like,
Wow.
that's so cool.
So it's not on
that can't happen all the time.
Are you saying it's not on a Friday?
Yeah, no.
It's not?
Thank God the
It's
speed.
not.
What day?
Coming
Okay.
It's on the 31st.
Are you saying it's not on the 13th?
What day of the week is that?
What?
It's a Halloween's on a Thursday.
I don't. Yeah, it's on Thursday, I think.
Oh boy.
Not Friday.
Are you
13th.
related to Hammer and Nigel?
No, I'm just saying that was going around yesterday on Friday the 13th.
Going
or whatever
around.
Day that was.
Here's what I would suggest. You need to find some new circles.
Well,
if that's going
I will
around your
say,
circle.
not my circle, but on the social media.
Yeah.
It was on the social media.
Yeah. You need to get on the Hot Cello Guy channel.
I mean, I bought it for
Oh, God.
For you first-time listeners, in the first hour, Pat was talking about the hot cello players at the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra.
And that was a couple months ago. And now I have hot cello players on my social media feed.
I'm just going to put it in just to see what pops up.
Hot cello player?
Yeah.
If you
Listen, if you want to get on the speed round's the
cello.
last hurrah for us. And thankfully, the show's over in 15
And I will tell you,
minutes.
of the two hot cello players, one is hot and the other one wants to be hot, but he's not really.
So there's just two hot?
Way overacting.
I'm sure he
Just
wants to
the
hear that
two.
from a middle-aged white man.
Oh, they're over
Yeah,
in Bolivia or something. Nobody.
The symphony orchestra's in Bolivia?
These cello players are.
Oh.
You can just tell it. You can.
Manos arriba.
And they're not called the hot cello player.
No.
They're called
Which
cello players.
would be extraordinary.
But I'm with the earlier caller
who
who said, why watch the cello players when you got the violins right in front of you?
I can't see the violins from my seat. I told you I was in the second row. I thought I was getting good seats. I didn't realize I was getting obstructed view.
See, you've been to too many football games. You haven't been to social events like this. Oh.
239-9393. Speed rounds coming up next. It's been a slog. We cracked those mics at 9:05 a.m.
We should have thrown
and it
them
has
away
come
at 9:10.
to the final segment where we take your calls really fast. And we give you a quick answer and we send you on your way. But you're going to talk about how late Thanksgiving is. You know, it's the 28th. The Speed Round is brought to you by...
Is this a setup? Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Great pricing on Lazy Boy. Indiana-made Smith Brothers furniture. Mattresses made in Indiana. Maintenance-free outdoor furniture. Listen, there's free delivery up to 75 miles, and that's most of the
That's
donut counties
ridiculous
here.
they do that.
ThompsonFurniture.net.
Who's ready for the Speed Round? Who?
I'm ready for this
Let's
show
go.
to be over.
Me too.
Oh, boy.
Well, look at the... I wish we had 2 or 3 more hours.
I'm all
to
packed
be
up
with
just waiting to
our
hit that off button on
friends.
my mic.
And I'm sorry that you two have such attitudes.
You slid in here at 10 seconds before the show. You were out of breath and could barely open your mic.
That's because I
Allison
was
had
in a
to open
show
your mic
planning
for you.
meeting.
Show planning.
Are there phone calls waiting?
Downtown Charlie
I thought
joins
we were
us.
supposed to be moving
Downtown
quick.
Charlie.
Hey,
Downtown Charlie.
Downtown Charlie. This is Downtown Charlie, over.
Yeah.
Come in downtown.
What you got downtown?
Hey, we just moved. We moved up to Carmel. Terry, it's good to talk to you.
Oh, good to talk to you, Charlie. You moved. You're out of downtown. You moved to Carmel?
No,
He's in
my
downtown
business
Carmel.
is still in the circle, but I moved from just around the corner from Pat's place up to Carmel, 106 in Keystone.
Okay.
And so I called you guys once before because I used to have sweet gum trees, and I was putting up with those balls, And now I've got hickory shagbarks, and the nuts are dropping all over everything.
What kind of a nut is it?
Oh no, it's the shag. The bark falls
here's
off.
Here's the deal. Hammer and Nigel, they're weirdos. You guys are nuts.
I'd rather be nuts than weird.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, but they're like walnuts, just like a walnut with that green cover, and then they drop, and they're actually started denting my truck.
Oh my.
And so, is there an injection that I can do at some time to keep those from growing on the tree?
I don't think so. I think if you spray the flower, but the shagbark hickory is really tall. You'd have to spray the flower.
Right. So what I'm saying, would that, like doing that with the Florel product?
Yeah, the Florel would do it, but golly, hickory trees can be 500 feet tall.
I know, but we always say if you could get half, that would reduce it by half.
Yeah.
So that product is called Fruit Eliminator or
Florel.
Up next, we have Keith joining us on the program. Hey, Keith.
How you doing?
Doing good. What's up?
Allison, I want you to get on and call up the Andy Griffith Show.
Okay.
Get some audio on Barney Fife and tell me that doesn't sound like Denny Smith.
Caller of the day.
Oh, Keith.
Caller of the day is Keith.
You rascal. You had to do that in the last minute. That's what Pat will remember until next week.
Flip that audio. Robert joins us on the program.
Keith.
Hey, Robert.
It's a speed round, right?
Yes,
It is a speed round.
I have a small area next to a fence that I need to seed. It gets a little bit of morning sun, but then because of the fence, it is in the shade the rest of the day.
Okay, it needs.
I have some grass seed for sun. Is that good, or do I really need to go buy some?
It depends on what's in your seed. So I would say this: you need about 3 to 4 hours of sunlight for grass to survive. It would be better if you have some sun. So the bluegrass isn't going to do any good. But if you look on the back, if any of the rye, any of the turf-type tall fescues would grow in that area. So if you don't want to spend any money on new seed, I would use it. But the other thing is if you did go and get a deep shade or a shady nook seed, that would be all turf-type tall fescue. That would be, if something's going to grow, that's what'll grow in the shade. Hey, thanks for the call. Thanks, everybody. I thought it was a very average show. We'll see you next week.